situational framework. Forgive me, you're talking to someone who, forgive me, the established, here I am looking, here, people are like, oh, you're talking about the establishment, this Newsom guy, I can't believe Jack's, I get all that. But I also get all that. I've lived this. I come from San Francisco. I want to remind folks, the right wing doesn't need to be reminded. Some folks watching me. I ran against the Green Party. I was in a runoff for mayor of San Francisco against a remarkably talented young man who has talked in many of the terms that are very familiar to me, Democratic Socialist, but he was a member of the Green Party. After he lost for mayor, he was Ralph Nader's vice presidential nominee, which is just interesting. So I understand this politics. Progressives in San Francisco going back decades, the progressive they're very familiar. I govern in that environment. And of course, I'm in, California, and there's aspects of that represented here at the state level. So this is all familiar, and it's very healthy. I don't think it's unhealthy. So I completely reject this notion. And look, I'm for addition, not subtraction.
Wait, so I guess he got there eventually, but I don't know if that's going to appeal to the Marxists. You say, I know who these people are. I've been beating them in elections for years. Are you kidding me? And by the way, thanks for the education. You're right. They were on the Green Party as Marxists. They couldn't win, so now they've taken over your party, pal. You are toast.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney, and the truth is I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-921-5252. That's 800-921-5252. 800-921-5252.
This is the KSVP Community Calendar, a look at things to do in Artesia, Eddy County, and the Pecos Valley. Artesia Public Schools Seamless Summer Meals take place every breakfast and lunch 8:30 to 10 a.m. and 11 to 12:30 p.m. at Park Junior High School and Zia Intermediate School. Meals are free to children under 18 years of age. Meals are available Monday through Thursdays during the months of June and July. Splash camps are taking place all throughout the summer at the Artesia Aquatic Center. Each camp features swimming, games, arts and crafts, and more. All camps are from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. For more information, costs, and how to sign up your family, reach out to the Artesia Aquatic Center. To have your event listed on the KSVP Community Calendar, email calendar@ksvpradio.com. Please let us know at least 1 week in advance.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
Thank you. This hour from Town Hall, I'm Rex Thomason. President Trump is joining his fellow NATO leaders at the alliance's annual summit in Turkey. He says Russia's war in Ukraine figures prominently on his agenda.
I think we're getting much closer than people realize, and President Putin wants it to end. I will tell you that very strongly. A good call. And President Zelensky actually wants it to end now. And we're going to be going to NATO, and we're going to be talking about it. And I think we're going to get it. I think we're going to get it ended. It's been a terrible situation.
The White House says Mr. Trump will meet with the Ukrainian President Zelensky on the sidelines of the summit tomorrow. Supporters are fleeing Democratic U.S. Senate candidate Graham Plattner as a former girlfriend becomes the latest person to level serious allegations against him, accusing the man with the Nazi tattoo of sexual assault.
Ginny Rassicot told Politico that she'd been in an on and off relationship with Plattner, but says she cut off contact after that night and told him the incident was not consensual. Plattner posted a video on his social media campaign account saying,
"Any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false.
Plattner has canceled a number of town halls.
We are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward."
Plattner is seeking to unseat Maine's Republican Senator Susan Collins. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
It's a long road to recovery for earthquake-shattered Venezuela, where some 17,000 people have been left homeless. SRN News and our parent company Salem Media, partnering with Christian nonprofit Food for the Poor to rush emergency aid to victims of the tragedy. Listeners wanting to help can find an online banner at the top of our website, srnnews.com. Ahead of this morning's opening bell on Wall Street, the Dow futures 225 points higher. NASDAQ futures down almost 300 points. Townhall.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6745. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6745. That's 800-575-6745. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Explosions rock Damascus as the French president visits Syria. He wasn't hurt, but 18 other people were injured.
France's Emmanuel Macron had entered the presidential palace to meet Syrian President Ahmad al-Sharaa when the explosions happened, where local media report Macron was staying. The French president's office says he's safe and that his meeting with al-Sharaa was continuing. Macron's the first major Western leader to visit Syria since al-Sharaa came to power, his visit coming before he heads to the NATO summit in Ankara, Turkey. State media, citing an unnamed security official, says the two blasts in the heart of the capital were caused by explosive devices. A large plume of smoke could be seen from the site. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A Paris appeals court has cleared the way for far-right leader Marine Le Pen to possibly run for the French presidency next year. However, she must wear an electronic bracelet, which she has said is a non-starter. Townhall.com. Spain knocks out a neighbor to advance to the 8th round of the World Cup in Arlington, Texas.
Fans watching in Madrid, Spain roared as Mikel Merino scored a single goal to defeat Portugal a few seconds into extra time, sending Spain to the World Cup quarterfinals. Merino was doubtful to even make the squad after injuries and didn't take the field until the 85th minute, but he showed some of the brilliance that helped Arsenal win its first Premier League title in more than 20 years. When he got knocked down, he got back up again, and then as a Portugal player argued the foul, he drove towards the goal, took a pass from Ferran Torres, and blasted the ball past Portugal's goalkeeper. Spain advances to the quarterfinals for the first time since winning its only World Cup title in 2010 in South Africa. I'm Jennifer King.
No World Cup title for the U.S. The Americans fell to Belgium 4-1. The loss came after President Trump successfully went to bat for a suspended American player. More on these stories, townhall.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
years of broadcasting in 2026, one of our longest-running features is the KSVIP. We love recognizing our local residents and listeners for great accomplishments in their lives. If it's a birthday, anniversary, promotion, retirement, a new family member, you name it, they're worthy of being a KSVIP. To nominate a special person who will receive recognition on the radio and a flower from Nell's Floral, call 575-746-2751.
Good morning, Artesia. It's Tuesday, July 7th. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. Hey, I'm glad to be back on the air with you after an awesome 4th of July weekend. Absolutely amazing time out there. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Hey, we've got a jam-packed show for you. We got Artesia General Hospital coming in here later this hour. Chamber, of course, they'll be in for the second hour. And then in the third hour, we got Project Heart Start. We're going to hear about a class they're putting on for CPR and AEDs and all kinds of stuff. Of course, we'll talk to Aaron about the economy, and then Brendan Harvey will be in to talk to us in the third hour. So really excited about all of that. We're going to go ahead and get this show started off right. We're going to jump into Scripture. Some thoughts hit me this weekend, and just so happened I was preaching on this weekend, so, that's probably why the thoughts came to me. Most of our life is driven by tradition. The interesting thing is, a lot of the traditions we participate in, a lot of the traditions we embrace in our lives, we don't even think of them in those terms. We don't think of it as a tradition. We just think of, well, that's how life is. This is what we do. But life is driven by tradition. The 4th of July, the longest running tradition in America maybe Thanksgiving's probably longer running than that. But, I don't know. 4th of July, since the birth of this nation, we've celebrated, had fireworks, we've had parades, we've had all of this stuff. And so, I'm thinking about it as like, what other things in our lives are based in tradition? How we live in our houses, how we run our houses, how we get married, how we, go to school, go to college, go get all of it's based in tradition. And so, as I was preaching this weekend, I'm in Mark 2, and, I'm preaching this passage I'm going to read to you here in a minute. And I realized that this is talking about tradition in our lives. So, like, what was it that? How did Jesus view tradition? How does Scripture view tradition? Lots of times we go to Scripture and we're like, Paul says, don't be caught up by vain deceit and the traditions of men. And you're like, oh yeah, that's what I got. I got to avoid tradition. Tradition is bad. So like, oh, the Bible condemns tradition. But then you look later on, and Paul wrote to the Thessalonians, he goes, I commend you for following the traditions that I've handed down to you. So you're like, wait a minute. Okay, so it's same guy saying two different things, it seems like, almost contradictory, but like, well, now Scripture doesn't contradict itself. If there's a contradiction, it's in my mind, it's because I'm misunderstanding. So, it was cool to come across this in Mark 2 as I'm teaching through, and I go, okay, here's the picture of what God thinks about our traditions. So we're in Mark 2, and I'm going to read verses 18 through 22. Now, this gets a little strange because the way Jesus deals with it is in metaphors, and you're like, wait a minute, how do I understand this? But the Scripture says this, says, now John's disciples and the Pharisees were fasting. And the people came and said to him, why do John's disciples and the disciples of the Pharisees fast,
but your disciples do not fast. And Jesus said to them, can the wedding guests fast while the groom is with them? As long as they have the bridegroom with them, they cannot fast. The days will come when the bridegroom is taken away from them, and then they will fast in that day. No one sews a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old garment. If he does, the patch tears away from it, the new from the old, and the worse tear is made. No one puts new wine into old wineskins. If he does, the wine will burst the skins. The wine is destroyed, and so are the skins. But the new wine is for fresh wineskins. So, hey, if you're anything like me, throughout my years of reading the scripture and stuff, before I started studying scripture and getting the tools that I've got in seminary and everything else, you're like, man, some of this just I kind of get it, but I don't. I'm not real sure what's being said here. But here's a picture. John's disciples and the Pharisees were fasting. And we got to ask, well, what kind of fast, right? Because Old Testament scriptures only proclaims one fast throughout the whole year, whole Jewish year, and that was on the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. But here, this seemed to be just a natural time of fasting for them. Well, if you study it, what you find out is the Pharisees, they were pietists. They really tried to shape their lives around God and the worship of God. And they did things that seemed to be really pious. Like, oh man, look what I do, right? And so they fasted twice a week, 2 days a week, every week they fasted. And so that's what's being referred to here. And John's disciples, John the Baptist is who's being referred to here. They apparently were following the same tradition that they had seen in the Pharisees, because in the Jewish culture, it was considered to be a very religious thing to do this. And so when they come, they go, well, why are these guys over here who we consider to be highly religious doing this? But here you are, this Jesus character, this guy, proclaiming the kingdom of God, and you're not doing what they're doing. And so Jesus tells them, he goes, look, and what's funny is we read this and we think about Jesus as the bride of the church, or the church being the bride of Christ, but what really he's doing here is he's comparing two traditions. When a Jewish wedding would happen, it was like 7 days long and nobody fasted. Even the Pharisees would skip their fast during that week because they're partying. They're having a great time. The bridegroom has brought them in and he's throwing a party for them 7 days, and so they couldn't do it. So that's what Jesus was pointing to. He's pointing to himself, of course, and he's saying, while I'm with my disciples, this is the beginning of the new covenant. They're with me, but the church is my bride. I'm the bridegroom. While I'm here with them, they can't fast because I'm throwing a feast. I'm celebrating. Everything's rejoicing right now. He goes, when I get taken away, however, they will fast, right? So he compares tradition to tradition. You notice one thing that's interesting in here is he doesn't condemn their tradition of fasting. He doesn't say it was wrong or it was unbiblical, because even though it wasn't prescribed by Scripture. But he said, look, right now is not the right time. They're not going to fast right now because it's not the right time. That tradition doesn't fit the timing right now. And then he goes on with the unshrunk cloth. You don't put new with old. You don't put new with old, right? This is the new covenant. And as the new covenant's coming in, things are changing. And in time, it will age into its own traditions. And it will age into, and maybe even bring some of the traditions from the old. There's a continuity there. But what's interesting about it is Jesus doesn't just straight up condemn or commend tradition. He says it has to be done in the right time, in the right place, and for the right reason, by the right people, and it has to fit. Because if you force it onto something that it doesn't fit onto, it's going to destroy it. And that's what Jesus is getting at. So traditions aren't bad in and of themselves, right? And I want to continue this, and I've got a little block of time right after this, but we're going to go ahead and go to the calendars, and then I want to come back and I want to talk a little bit more about it in the tradition of the church. So, all right, let's hear the weather, and then we'll come back with our calendars.
I'm I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the area for the next couple of days. Really hot temperatures, 100 today, and a little bit breezy, lots of sunshine. Overnight, some clouds, and we're down around 70. We're in the low 100s on our afternoon high on Wednesday, and we'll stay sunny. Very slim chance of shower on Wednesday night. We're right back to the hot weather on Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the low 100s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, let's take a look at that weather, Artesia. Upper 90s again today, and let's see, Hobbs 96, Roswell 99, Carlsbad 99, Artesia 98. Now I'm looking at the weather for the rest of the week, and it's going to be warm this week. 98, 99, 100, 101, Saturday's 97, Sunday's 93. Yep. Next week looks nice though. All right. Let's jump into these calendars and see what's going on. Hey, Artesia Public Schools, seamless summer meals at Park Junior High and Zia Intermediate. Breakfast 8:30 to 10, lunch 11 to 12:30. And what are they having this Tuesday for breakfast? Cine Minis. For lunch, going to have some beef tacos with pinto beans and fruit cocktail. Hey, don't forget, it's free to every kid under 18. And adults can come in and buy breakfast for $2.50 and lunch for $4. So pretty good deal there. All right. Artesia Senior Meals site. What are they having? I'm having a hard time reading that. Fideo con carne, California blend vegetables, a flour tortilla, and some fruit salad. Over at the Senior Center today. A lot going on over there today. Normal schedule, 8 o'clock exercise video, 9 o'clock hand and foot, 9 pals, 9:30 line dancing, 10 o'clock fusing fun, 1 o'clock ceramics, 1 o'clock bridge, and 2 o'clock poker. And then a couple of special events today as well. 8:30, they're headed to Hobbs to the casino. Good luck to all of you heading up there. And then at 1:30, they've got coffee, tea, and recipe club. They're going to be covering veggies and side dishes today. So if you want to be part of that, 1:30, head on over there. All right. At the library. Library for the kids this morning, 10:30, story time and craft. Teens at 1:30, sugar scrub. They'll be making sugar scrub. And then 5:30. Now this is funny because this says adults. It's colored in blue, which is adults. But yeah. Adult show and tell. I miss show and tell, so maybe I should head on over there and figure out if I've got something to show and tell with the adults today. So that's pretty cool. All right, so head to the library for that. All right, Artesia Public Schools, nothing on the calendar? Nope, no events on there for the schools today. And let's see who's got a birthday. Today is July 7th. Happy birthday to Dorothy Graham and Emma Acosta. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful birthday.
When you need tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right, turn to your local Kubota experts. Right now at Amigo Machinery in Roswell, dig into savings. Get 0 down and 0% for up to 36 months, or save up to $9,000 on select Kubota construction equipment. Strong, steady, unstoppable. Amigo Machinery, 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell, or call 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico.
The Artesia Police Department wants to remind you to lock up your vehicles, take your keys with you, and never leave valuables in your vehicle. If you're looking for a rewarding career in law enforcement, the Artesia Police Department is looking for you. The department is currently hiring certified and uncertified officers. Take advantage of a great retirement plan, paid leave, and medical benefits. Apply in person, online, or call 575-746-5000 for more information. The Artesia Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. And please always remember, don't drink and drive.
Searching for a church that honors God? Come to First Church Artesia at 4th and Grand. We're a family of believers putting Christ first, preaching the Bible with reverence and uniting all ages in family-integrated worship. Sundays at 10:45 a.m., experience the timeless truth and heartfelt praise. We're reaching Artesia with the good news, living all of Christ for all of life. Check out artesiareformed.com or find us on Facebook, First Church Artesia, where faith thrives.
Time for a night out, Carlsbad. Woo-hoo! It's National Night Out 2026, Saturday, August 8th, 10 to 6 at the Beach Band Shell in Carlsbad. They'll have free food and drinks, jumpers and games, raffles and giveaways, a color run, pickleball, and more. It's all about building a safer, stronger community together. Bring the family and meet local first responders. Best of all, it's all free. The National Night Out 2026, Saturday, August 8th, 10 to 6 at the Beach Band Shell in Carlsbad. Brought to you by Flog Sticks, Carlsbad National Bank, and Eddy County DWI.
I see your picture, your name in lights above it. This is your big debut. It's like a dream come true.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, like I promised, I want to continue. I actually just kind of want to ramble on a little bit about what I was talking about earlier. Because
Ramble On?
Ramble On. That's a song I can't sing. I wish I could sing so I could, like sing the little bits and stuff that pop in my head all the time. Because all the lyrics are there. The tune is gone.
I can sing, but I've been asked not to.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I can.
Yeah,
but I'm not supposed to. Not in public, at least.
I guess this whole decision is supposed to make it up to the UN. Maybe then I'll get to sing, but
something about being able to carry a tune and a melody and actually understand musical notes.
Nope. They're discriminating against the tone deaf.
Yeah, I think it's tone deaf discrimination. That's not fair. Oh no, I was. Even in church, that's one of the things I like. Just worship the Lord, but do it quietly.
I used to get pinched by my best friend because I would lip sync during church.
Yeah,
where she's singing and I'm
just going on. Yeah,
she pinches me. Jeffrey,
you're not singing.
Jesus knows you're faking it.
I always have to tell this story. My singing is so bad. When my daughter was 18 months old, maybe 2. I'm holding her in church, singing. I'm like holding her, and she just reaches up and puts her hand over my mouth. Even my toddler knew, Dad, don't. Oh, that's funny. So,
and picturing her as a baby, because I'm like, okay, the expression on her face, what would that have been as a baby?
I don't remember the expression. I just remember the event. Stop, please. It's hurting my ears. Oh man. So I preached this weekend, and I expanded some on it, in churches. I think it's really strange. We talked a little bit about this last week about how people go, well, if something's old, it must be bad because we've progressed so much, or the vice versa. You get the older generation goes, everything new is horrible. We got to go back to the old. Yeah. And so we end up with no criteria to judge our traditions. It really becomes just preferences, and we don't go, well, that was a good tradition. That was God honoring, and it helped people, and it brought people closer to, and so, that's one of the things in church is, for people who are out there listening and don't know, I preach at First Church Artesia. We are described as a Reformed evangelical church. Mm-hmm. We are evangelical in that we take the gospel. We believe that the church's mission is to bring the evangelion, the gospel to the people, and we do that in a Reformed tradition. Right? And we have a tradition within our church. But what it's so funny about is when I encounter people is because we are a traditional church, we have what's called a liturgical service. Mm-hmm. We have a set order of service every single week. It repeats over and over again. from call to worship down all the way down to communion every week. We follow this order. The verses change and the music changes, but it's still the same, doing that same repetitive thing. And people, people are like, you're just so traditional, it's not spirit driven because it's traditional and you're too regimented and all this and that. And I go, like, how do we know? I mean, that literally is just a preference. That's not, right. That's not an examination of the situation that like this tradition is good, because the truth is, if you look at no matter what church you're in, mm-hmm. no matter how you're doing it, it's your tradition,
right?
Just because it's new doesn't. If you still, this is how we've done church. We're a 10-year-old church, 20-year-old church, 30-year-old church. This is how we've been doing church. Then it's your tradition.
Yeah.
Unless you change it completely every single week and come up with something brand new every week, you've picked your tradition,
right? And
so I wonder sometimes if people. Like I don't know what the bias is, I guess that's what my curiosity is. Like, I need Jeff to come in here to bounce this off of, like what is the struggle that people have with? Well, it's you're just too traditional. Like, I wonder where that comes from.
I know as far as in the worship side, mm-hmm. At a conference, worship pastor for one of the mega churches in San Diego that's got like 35 campuses.
Oh yeah, crazy.
And he was talking about the traditional versus contemporary worship mm-hmm. and how upsetting it gets.
Yeah.
And he said, the problem is people are associating, he said, now, Old Rugged Cross was being played when they accepted Christ. Mm-hmm. So they associate Old Rugged Cross with a very, moment, a wonderful.
Yeah.
And
when Christianity was new to them.
Yeah. And they can't they can't worship they can't associate worshiping Christ with anything but that, because that was the moment mm-hmm. they were filled mm-hmm. and they want to get back to that.
Yeah.
Whereas then the pastor was saying, that's a mindset of worship.
Yeah.
It's for the contemporary and traditional arguments of musical instruments.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I laugh at it because of two things. The first is we make this traditional contemporary divide.
Mm-hmm.
Well, everything when it's new is contemporary. That's just what contemporary means, of the time.
Right.
Tempos of the time. It's what's right now, right? So 50 years from now, I don't know what's a big worship song in churches right now, like, Oceans.
Yeah.
Like it'll be traditional music.
Right.
So I just laugh at that because like our mindset's on it. We're not thinking through this,
How long? That's what, do we need some rules? How long after a song is released
does it become traditional?
Yeah, like we've got to have that. Is it required to be an X amount of funerals?
Yeah.
What does it have to do?
If we want to be contemporary, every single year we have to change our entire music. Or every week there's a new song coming out every week. We have to sing now.
Top 100 Christian hits.
Yeah, exactly. But to the second point on that. Is what's interesting in that passage of Mark is like Jesus, in a sense, when he's talking about the bridegroom, right? He says, while the bridegroom's with them, they're not going to fast. But the day will come when the bridegroom's taken away and they will fast. So he's saying the tradition's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
The tradition has a purpose. He goes, right now it doesn't fit what the time and the age of what's happening here right now.
Mm-hmm.
But what's interesting is as the church matures in time, that tradition's brought back in, right?
Yeah.
When the time is right. And that's one of the things I look at and I go, I just encourage people, like, stop trying to throw out, what's old, or don't try to cling on to what's old just because it's old, or throw it out because it's old. you have to examine it. And I kind of came up with 3 criterias as I was preaching through this. And I go, the first is does it comport with Scripture? Because if your tradition doesn't comport with the Word of God, and it's actually opposed to what God says about your life and about your worship and everything, if it's opposed to that, if you look at Scripture and it goes, that actually says not to do that, then you probably should stop doing it.
Right.
Right. But if you look at Scripture and you don't find a clear, this is the way this is supposed to be done, what we call prescriptive text, do this just like this, or descriptive text, this is how it was done in the early church. But it doesn't say don't do this at the same time. Then you're left going, oh, well, how do I decide whether we should do this or not, right? And this can apply to your family. This can apply to just about anything, It's like the people who start freaking out about Halloween. Oh, we can't, Like, listen, man. Like, so I said the second criteria to examine our traditions by then is, does it honor and glorify God? Mm-hmm. Okay, is it bringing you closer to God too, right? If it kind of meets that criteria of like, this is God honoring, I feel closer to God. That's what those guys were trying. The Pharisees were not wrong for fasting because if they were fasting with that in their heart.
Right.
Now, if they were fasting with, look at me, like the guy in Luke,
yeah,
I'm so much better than that sinner over there because I fast twice a week, right? He even says it, and they even say it in Luke. And but if it's the tradition that you're participating in that is intended and in your heart you think it is bringing you closer to God, then okay, then it meets the second criteria, right? So then we're like, okay, well, but then you also have to look at the third criteria, and this is found there in Mark as well. Is it the right time, right? You talked about earlier, someone coming to Christ, listening to the old rugged cross, right? But when someone comes to Christ early in their life or at some point in their life, you can't like line them up and go, okay, all right, well, now you're a Christian. So this is how you need to dress. This is how you need to, this is the Bible you need to read. Here's your new Bible reading schedule,
Oh yeah.
You need to fast this many, because if you try to throw all that old onto them, like you're trying to stick that new patch onto the old. It's not that the old was bad. And if you put an old patch on an old thing, it works fine. But it's not, we don't want to like lay that on people early in their Christian life. And everybody matures in their Christianity at a different rate and different time. I said the other day, I've met 80-year-old Christians that have been Christians their whole life that are almost, they're still infants in Christ. Oh, yeah. And I've met 15-year-olds that'll run circles around you theologically, doctrinally, like they know, like they're mature Christians and they're living it out. I know those kids, and so it's about wisdom in your own life and the people you're leading. And it's like, is this the right time?
Yeah, Well, and that's something. Before, I don't know, tomorrow, 19 years ago.
Yeah,
I thought I was a Christian, but I really felt that it was a set of rules.
Yeah.
Do and do not.
Yeah.
And tithe.
Yeah.
And so, I kind of look at it as like I kind of thought of it. I didn't think of it looking back. I realized that I kind of treated it like a country club. I pay my tithe.
Membership dues.
Yeah.
I make sure I wear that collared shirt when I come to dinner.
Yeah. It was that, okay, I'm do this, don't do. And then it wasn't until I was laying there, not able to move and face to face with Christ for a little while.
Yeah.
Then I realized, okay, the rules are not rules in the, you have to do this. The rules are, look, you should do this because it will make your life better.
Right. Yeah. Like telling your kid, the stove is hot, don't touch it. But I want to touch it.
What is it?
Don't touch it because it's hot. I want to touch it.
The older I get, the more I realize, the less I actually know.
Yeah.
And this isn't even counting like the IQ that was knocked off from.
Yeah.
But I was the most brilliant person in the world.
According to you.
And then when I got into my mid-20s, I was like, you know what? My parents aren't as dumb as I thought they were. They were giving me good advice because they'd already been through all this.
And now think about that on a larger scale. We often come to that realization of our life in the context of our little maybe 80 to 100 year existence, right? Mm-hmm. Well, as we age, we're going to realize, oh wow, my parents were really smart. My grandparents were, like they had a lot to. But now I want you to take and expand that out, and this kind of goes back to the church thing. Is we have to expand that. There were Christians 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, 1,500. They were led by the same Holy Spirit.
Right.
And so why do you just completely go, throw all that out? That's horrible. That's dumb. We shouldn't even look at what they say. No, there's 2,000 years of Christian history.
Right.
Of the Spirit speaking to men and recording things and putting them down and guiding the church and maturing it. And, and sometimes traditions would come in and turned out those were bad traditions. Right. They didn't fit with Scripture, and then that would go away and the new traditions would come in, and we got to examine all of those and find what fits the age of the church, the people in the church, not laden a bunch of burdens. That was the thing about the Pharisees. The Pharisees would, look at it and go, well, no, you got to do this, 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 this. They put a heavy yoke upon their people, and they wouldn't lift a finger.
Yeah.
So, all right, Artesia. Well, thanks for sitting in with us with that. Appreciate you coming and joining me, Jeff. We're going to hit our commercial break, and then we're going to come right back after that with Artesia General Hospital and see what all they've got going on.
SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. It is wheels down for President Trump. He's in Turkey now, site of this year's annual NATO summit. Alliance leaders will strive to convince him that they are committed to spending more on defense. International shipping, that remains subject to attack in the Strait of Hormuz. A tanker caught fire off the coast of Oman after it was hit by some sort of missile, presumably fired by Iran. Calls are growing within his own party for Democrat Graham Plattner to step down as the U.S. Senate candidate in Maine. On top of other allegations, now a woman is accusing Plattner of sexual assault. Millions in the mid-Atlantic and the Northeast facing another day of rain as floodwaters and the threat of flooding persist. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow futures 134 points higher, NASDAQ futures down 267. More details, srnnews.com.
Here's a song for Lowell's Pharmacy, and when it's over, I'll explain why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
You and your family getting all the things you need, where personal service is always guaranteed. Prescriptions fill faster with dependability. That is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
At Lowell's Pharmacy, we are called the Family Pharmacy. Let me spell it out for you. The F stands for fair prices and everything. The A is for accurate prescription service. M for the many professional services we provide. The I is for immediate service. L for the luxury of getting everything you need in just one place. And the Y is for you.
And that is why we're called the Family Pharmacy.
Lowell's Pharmacy, 612 North 13th, across from the hospital in the Artesia Professional Building. Lowell's Pharmacy.
Would you pay $60 to stop looking at your own phone? Millions are doing just that. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. With one click, ExpressVPN keeps your online activity private and secure. Get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. So here's the gadget everyone's buying. It's called the Brick, a little 2-inch cube that locks up Instagram, TikTok, all your time wasters. The only way back in? Tap your phone on the cube. It's clever, except your phone already does this for free. On an iPhone, go to Settings, then App Limits. On Android, open Digital Wellbeing. Set a 1-hour cap on TikTok and it slams the door shut. Still can't stop scrolling? Go nuclear. Delete the apps. Revolutionary, I know. Or here's my favorite. Trade your smartphone for a flip phone. $20 at Walmart. Calls and texts only. 0 doom scrolling. And snapping it shut after a call? That's satisfying. A $60 cube to fix a bad habit. That's one idea that hits you like a ton of, well, you know. Get my free newsletter at getkim.com. AI is changing the world, and there's no question it's making technology smarter, but it's also making it easier than ever for companies to learn more about you through your online activity. Websites you visit, searches you run, and apps you use can reveal more about you than you realize. That's just one reason I use ExpressVPN. It encrypts my internet connection to help keep my personal information more secure online. Whether I'm checking email or shopping online, I know ExpressVPN is quietly working in the background. I also like how super easy it is to use. Really, one tap on my phone, laptop, desktop, or tablet, and I'm connected. Plus, one subscription now covers up to 14 devices at once. That's enough to protect your entire household. Best of all, it comes with a risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. So take your online privacy seriously with ExpressVPN. Right now, get 4 extra months by going to expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim.
Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia presents a listing of today's obituaries. Today we have one new obituary. Services are scheduled for 10 a.m. on July 9th at Our Lady of Grace for Sofia Tesio of Artesia, New Mexico. Pallbearers will be her grandsons, Damien and Alonzo Valencia, Ralph Romero Jr., Fabian Torres, Jose Andres Tesio, and Freddie Torres Jr. Miss Tesio, 80, passed away on July 2nd at her home surrounded by her family in Artesia. Father VJ will officiate the services. Burial will follow at Woodbine Cemetery. A rosary is scheduled for 6 p.m. Wednesday, July 8th at Our Lady of Grace Church. Visitation will be at Turpin & Son Mortuary from 2 p.m. to 5:30 on Wednesday. Sophia was born December 12th, 1945 in Artesia to Hermagildo and Eva Delgado. She was married to Natividad Tesio on June 1st, 1964, and he preceded her in death on November 23rd, 2021. Sophia was a housewife who raised 11 children. She enjoyed going to bingo, where she was known to win quite often. She loved spending time with her grandchildren and making them her famous pancakes. Her doors were always open to family and strangers with a home-cooked meal and made sure everyone was always taken care of. She was preceded in death by her husband, Natividad, her son, Natividad Jr., daughter Sylvia Tesio, granddaughter Sierra Tesio, grandson Alonzo Valencia Jr., great-granddaughter Eli Romero, great-grandson Cairo Tesio, brother Abel Delgado, and sister Elisa Brajano. Survivors include Nancy Torres, Daniel Tesio, Ernest Tesio, Missy Juarez, Lori Torres, Jose Luis Tesio, Jennifer Tesio, Jessica Tesio Valencia, Christina Payan, brothers Leo Delgado, Jesse Delgado, Johnny Delgado, and Joe Delgado, and sister Teresa Jaramillo. Sophia is also survived by her 29 grandchildren and 38 great-grandchildren. The family would like to extend special recognition to the hospice team at Inhabit, especially to their nurses Melissa and Ginger. A very special thank you and appreciation from the family of Garcia Tesio for her devoted care to our mother and grandmother. This listing has been presented as a service by Turpin & Son Mortuary of Artesia. We make it personal.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the area for the next couple of days. Really hot temperatures, 100 today, and a little bit breezy, lots of sunshine. Overnight, some clouds, and we're down around 70. We're in the low 100s on our afternoon high on Wednesday, and we'll stay sunny. Very slim chance of a shower on Wednesday night. We're right back to the hot weather on Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the low 100s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. We're joined in studio now by the crew from Artesia General Hospital.
Good morning.
Kush, how are you, man?
Doing good.
Good. You got a guest with you here today. Why don't you introduce your guest?
Sure. Our guest this morning is Jessica Scroggins. She is the director. Can't talk this morning.
I am a director.
Can't talk this morning,
so well,
apparently.
you derocked.
I derock it.
And that was kind of like, I was thinking of, like saying she really rocks at this job because I've heard so many good things about the ED and her personally. And I think that's where I kind of got the director from. We're going to have to start calling you director.
You never did finish what you said. She's the director of our emergency department,
Correct.
Right? There you go.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, Jessica, so glad to have you here. So how long you been over at the hospital?
I've actually worked for Artesia General for about 6.5 years now.
Okay.
I started my career there in the emergency department as a ED tech.
Okay.
And then got my nursing degree and have moved up through the ranks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what does the director of the emergency department do?
I oversee all of the functionings of the emergency department, from making sure that we have supplies that we need to being hands-on if we get traumas or critical patients there in the ED. So
I'm sure all the scheduling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Scheduling
you're the
is...
person that has to schedule all those people.
And I'm the person that fills in. So.
If they don't show up, guess who's coming in?
Hey, I live for that. So I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. I know when you're getting in charge, sometimes you're like, man, I want to get back to hands-on. So,
very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah. Awesome. So are you a local? Are you from here? Or
I'm
where are you
actually
from?
not. I was actually born and raised in Alamogordo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
over the mountain there.
So about 100 miles over the mountain.
Yeah.
And I moved here in 2013, worked for the public schools here in Artesia for a little while, and then decided to go back and finish my nursing degree. So
that's great.
Yeah,
That's really awesome. So how long you been in charge over there? How long you been the boss?
Actually, it's been officially since March.
Okay, so just this year you took over. Past few months,
I had some leadership and management roles in there prior to that, but the official move to the director position was in March. So
I have to ask a question.
How
do the doctors feel about a nurse being in charge of that?
Hey, actually, my department is great. Our medical director, Dr. Marshall Baca Jr., he really supported me in this decision and knew that I knew the inner workings of the emergency department. It's a lot easier when you get someone in this role that knows how things are supposed to flow.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a natural move. I get a lot of support from the team. They're a great team, from our docs down to our nurses, our CNAs, our EVS people. They're fantastic.
Yeah. I'll have to give kudos. I got to give kudos to the emergency department because the number of times we used it since we moved home. We've been back for about 6 years now. It's about as long as you've been there. Every time we've gone, I've never had like a long wait. Like it's been fairly quick. Like you go check in at the desk and it isn't too long before they're calling you back and you're taken care of. And like, it's pretty impressive for an ER,
It is. And, we've seen a huge jump in our census there over the past year, I would say. So the amount of patients that we're able to see throughout a day with the limited space that we have, it's truly amazing. I don't think everyone always realizes that it's not just what's out in the front waiting room, that we've got things rolling in the back doors as well. So
stuff that us up front never see because they're coming in the back.
Right, exactly.
On average, how many patients a day would you think the ER services?
We generally see between 45 and 55 patients per day.
Okay.
And that's in a 24-hour period. So the majority of those usually happen during the day.
It's about 2 every hour at least, So, but that's pretty steady stream.
It is. It is.
They like how we're just sitting back there hanging out, doing nothing.
Yeah, we're not playing cards, I promise.
Well, and a patient might come in, might be a 10-minute thing.
Right.
Patient might come in, it might be multiple hours. That one patient's taking up a number of the nurses and doctors back there. So
it's very true, very true.
I've been impressed. Like I said, I've been impressed every time I've gone up there. It's been a smooth process.
Thank you.
Doing really good up there. So
we're doing our best. We're trying to start some new programs within our ER walls just to ensure that we are doing the best by our patients.
Tell us a little bit about that. Like, what do you guys?
Well, one of the things that I've done so far within...
Gonna get a frequent flyer card? My father-in-law could use one of those.
That is the thing that you do not want. That is the thing that you do not want. You know, one of the things that we try and focus on majorly is patient safety. And so being sure that we're giving extra education and training to our staff members to just up our game all the way around to be able to handle anything from a level 1 trauma to the common cold. We just want everybody to be educated to the 10th degree and be able to handle anything that may walk through the front doors or roll through our back doors.
So I guess that's good. So we are a level 1 trauma.
We are actually working on our level 4 trauma designation now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But we have 2 fully equipped state-of-the-art trauma rooms. So we do have we have 2 general surgeons on staff. We have orthopedics on staff. So we are able to handle a much higher capacity of trauma, but we're working toward those designations right now.
That's wonderful. That's good news. That's good news.
Yes, absolutely.
So any other program, anything else? You have patient safety, so anything else?
Actually, right now we have our nurse extern program where we take new graduate nurses that come out of like mostly our local colleges, run them through about a 6-week course prior to them getting their nursing degree, their nursing license. And then they're chosen to be in a specific department, whether it be OR, med-surg, or the ED. And we get them in and put them through a preceptor program for about 12 weeks. And so we're growing our own nursing staff from...
That's phenomenal. Yeah.
And we're hiring.
Yes, and we're hiring.
PR's got to jump in there. We're hiring. Do you want a job?
Yeah, we have a really, really good bonus right now for nurses as well.
Okay.
30,000.
So there's a question then. Well, I mean, that might pay off some student loans there.
There you go.
So, but do we have any kind of program like where someone wants to be a nurse, the hospital kind of helps them get into school and directing through that piece, or are you guys just picking them up after school?
So we are kind of picking them up after school, but for our employees, we do have some great benefits like tuition reimbursement. Our Artesia General Foundation offers a scholarship, so we're able to help grow people's careers from within the facility.
Okay, that's wonderful. Yeah, growing internally, it means a lot. It builds loyalty.
Absolutely, Jessica's great proof of that. You know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because you said you came there as a tech.
Yes.
And now you're in charge.
Yeah.
From the bottom to the top. Here we are.
In a short time period.
6 years is pretty quick. Yeah.
It is.
So you got to be a quick learner there.
I try. I'm not young enough to be a quick learner anymore. So.
Oh man, well that's awesome. So I'm so glad to get to know you and have you on the air and let people hear who you are, and you're just getting your feet wet in that boss job. So
I am. I love it though. I have a great team of people behind me, and that makes the job totally worth it.
How many nurses do you guys have over there to cover 24/7, 365 days?
So we keep about 7 nurses on day shift and 6 to 7 on night shift. We have 3 nurses staffed at all times within the emergency department.
They're putting in some hours then.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
cover that, just nonstop coverage right there.
Yeah.
So you definitely need to hire.
Of course. We're always looking for great nurses.
Yeah.
And it's a great way to get experience too. If medicine is something you're interested in, the ED, med-surg, all of these are great places to get experience.
Great. Well, that's awesome. So, thank you so much for coming. What else? Anything else you need to let us know about the hospital? We got about a minute left.
We've got the Foundation Health Fair coming up on the 18th. So next Saturday, there'll be a bunch of vendors there. There'll be booths related to health there.
Okay.
So come on by, check it out.
Is that going to be in the lobby? Is that going to be?
It'll be in the Green Chili Cafe and the exterior area of that part of the hospital.
Okay, so can't miss it.
Can't miss it. We've still got the art show running in the lobby as well. So if you're looking for a nice piece of artwork for
they
your
haven't
home.
They haven't bought all the art up yet?
Not all of it. Some of it.
So
yeah,
awesome.
Lots of different things. We've got new equipment coming in. As we talked last time, the Da Vinci 5. We've got the Mako 4 coming. The lab's undergoing a renovation, so lots of good things are happening.
I want to ask Dr. Mann if I can come over and we can play Operation of that thing together.
We're actually looking at having a community reception, so you may get to play on it.
There you go. That'd be awesome. So, well, thank you guys so much for coming in, telling us about what's going on at the hospital. Of course, we always love hearing about that, and best of luck. What's it for lunch today?
Green Chili Cafe.
Normal fare. There you go.
Yes, Green Chili Cafe, but we do, I believe, have steaks this Friday again.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and God bless.
Thank you.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. President Donald Trump on Monday rang the opening bells for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ from the Oval Office, a symbolic act that reflects how he has increasingly tied his presidency to the stock market. Trump is trying to get more Americans to focus on their 401k investments, saying that his policies should get the credit for any gains. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies, collectively known as OPEC Plus, announced on Sunday that 7 countries would expand oil production by a combined total of 188,000 barrels per day. This will start in August. It was the 5th consecutive month OPEC Plus agreed to raise oil outputs. Microsoft is cutting 4,800 jobs, about 2.1% of its global workforce, including a large number of workers at its Xbox video game business. The layoffs included 1,600 Xbox workers, with more to come this year. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Incredible in Artesia is open for business, ready to give you the hometown quality and customer service you know and love. Georgia and her team specialize in in-house design for quality custom business cards at a competitive price. From scanning to desktop publishing, if you need it, they can do it. On Main Street across from the Derek Floor statue in downtown Artesia. For all your printing needs, think Incredible.
When you cruise waiting on rock or sand, excuses don't move dirt. You need material delivered on time. J&H Services Incorporated supplies construction and oil field companies across southwestern New Mexico, West Texas, and the Permian Basin with quality aggregate materials and dependable delivery. Concrete sand, masonry sand, crusher fines, multiple rock sizes ready for your next job. Reliable service from a company built to work as hard as you do. Call 575-363-3240. JHServicesInc.com.
Whether you're buying your first home, selling, adding to your investment portfolio, or finally getting that shop with acreage for your forever home, Century 21 Black Gold is by your side from start to finish. Century 21 Black Gold is the premier full-service real estate brokerage in Artesia, striving to treat each client, property, and transaction with care, knowledge, and professionalism. Your home is our priority. Century 21 Black Gold Brokerage. We don't just sell houses. We hand you the keys to your next chapter. Give us a call today, 575-736-0021.
Welcome to Answers with Ken Ham. The account of origins presented in the Genesis is a simple but factual presentation of actual events and provides reliable basis for man's worldview and a framework for scientific investigation into the question of the origin and history of life. Answers with Ken Ham is brought to you by Harvest Fellowship at 2307 West Main in Artesia. Call Pastor Ronnie Williams at 746-6195. Now, today's Answers with Ken Ham.
A Care Home World. This is Ken Ham, founder of the ministry behind the Ark Encounter and Creation Museum. In our culture today, the unborn, disabled, elderly, or terminally ill are increasingly seen as burdens we must bear. For example, one article commenting on anti-aging research described people living to older ages as creating a care home world full of decrepit people. But this isn't how the Bible views people. We are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. We have value and purpose because we're made in God's image, not because of our quality of life or what we contribute to society. God sent His Son to give His life for us that we might receive salvation. That's how much value we have.
Plan your visit to our 2 world-class attractions, the Ark Encounter and the Creation Museum, at AnswersRadio.com.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The British military reports a second tanker has been hit in the Strait of Hormuz. Structural damage to the vessel. No reports, though, of anyone hurt. Hours earlier, an LNG tanker off Oman caught fire after being struck by some sort of projectile. Iranian state TV says the ship was targeted after it ignored warnings. President Trump arrived in Turkey a few hours ago, joining other NATO leaders at their annual summit in Ankara.
This summit comes as NATO faces perhaps the most serious challenges in its 77-year-long history. One of the most urgent is how to keep the U.S. president on board. Donald Trump has threatened unspecified consequences for those countries that fail to meet their targets for spending on defense, namely 3% by the year 2030.
The BBC's Frank Gardner. A preliminary hearing for accused Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson continues today. Yesterday, a former campus police officer testified that he found an apparent sniper pad on a gravel rooftop near where the young conservative leader was fatally shot. Calls are growing within his own party for Democrat Graham Plattner to drop out of the U.S. Senate race in Maine. On top of all of the other allegations, now a woman is accusing Plattner of sexual assault. Republican Senator Tom Cotton on the Democrat calls for Plattner to bow out.
His chief sin at this point is not those views or his misconduct or new allegations. His chief sin in the eyes of the Democrats is that he's losing to Susan Collins. Yep. And they're afraid that it's only going to get worse.
Cotton speaking with the Salem Radio Network, and while denying the accusations, Plattner says that he is reflecting on the best path forward. On Wall Street this morning, the Dow is up a fraction of a point, the Nasdaq down 234 points. More on these stories, townhall.com.
Are you tired of feeling lousy? Maybe you had a scare at your last checkup or just walking hurts? When enough is enough, call PhD Weight Loss. When I had enough 4 years and 53 pounds ago, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I'm Mike Gallagher for PhD Weight Loss. Best phone call I ever made. They were right with me. They still are today. Right now, mention Mike. You'll get 2 free weeks added to the program, and they'll pay for the cost of your food. $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, or visit myphdweightloss.com.
Maybe this is you too. There is enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It's amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives, and MediShare is proven. And yeah, you could save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Here's the number. They're easy to talk to. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
Cuba has suffered another island-wide blackout.
Fuel reserves have been dwindling since President Trump threatened tariffs on any country that provides oil to the island. A delivery by a Russian tanker back in March ran out by the end of April. As for healthcare, Mario Cruz with the World Health Organization says over 100,000 surgeries have been postponed, including those for pediatric patients. Like many Cubans, 33-year-old Mario Pedroso was resigned about the total blackout. Oil hasn't come in here for a while, he says, and we have no way to solve the problem. We have to resist, as we Cubans say. That's all. I'm Jennifer King.
Prince Harry's final lawsuit aimed at taming the British tabloids has ended in defeat after a judge found that he had failed to prove his privacy invasion claims against the publisher of the Daily Mail, the judge rejecting the broad arguments the Duke of Sussex had relied on to try to show that the paper's owner engaged in unlawful activities. News and analysis, townhall.com. Some 4,800 people are losing their jobs at Microsoft, and that includes many in its Xbox division.
The layoffs represent about 2.1% of Microsoft's global workforce. They include 1,600 Xbox workers, with more expected this year. The move is part of a broader reorganization to reset Xbox amid increased competition. Xbox CEO Asha Sharma, who took over earlier this year, said the business is not healthy. She noted that Xbox is operating at margins significantly lower than its competitors. Bob Agnew reporting.
The premiers of Alberta and Ontario are proposing a pipeline to carry Western Canadian oil to the country's east as Canada seeks new markets. Alberta's premier says that proposed pipeline would run from Hardisty, Alberta to Sarnia, Ontario, carrying up to 500,000 barrels of oil a day. There's a potential for up to 800,000 barrels. More on these stories, townhall.com.
As KSVP celebrates 80 years of broadcasting in 2026, one of our longest-running features is the KSVIP. We love recognizing our local residents and listeners for great accomplishments in their lives. If it's a birthday, anniversary, promotion, retirement, a new family member, you name it, they're worthy of being a KSVIP. To nominate a special person who will receive recognition on the radio and a flower from Nell's Floral, call 575-746-2751.
All right, Artesia, welcome back. It's Tuesday, July 7th, 8 o'clock hour. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. Here in a little bit, we'll be joined by the ladies of the chamber, and we'll talk to them. See how much fun they had this weekend, if they had as much fun as I did. And then see what's coming up next. I know they got a big shotgun shoot coming up, so chamber this hour, and then next hour, we're going to be talking to Project Heart Start and find out about what they've got going on. Of course, talk to Aaron, and then hear from Brendan Harvey over at the fire department, and maybe get some fire safety tips. Probably should have had him in before 4th of July, but anyway, he's coming in to talk to us. Anyway, I was glad to. He was. Oh, okay. I was just told he was on. I guess I missed it. Anyhow. So great interview with Jessica over there at the hospital. I love our hospital. I mean, are they perfect? No, nobody's perfect. There isn't a perfect hospital in the world, but I really, really enjoy our hospital. I'm glad they come in and tell me everything's going on. I love this job. I tell you what, I had no clue what was going on in this city until I sat in this seat. And now I get to find out all kinds of stuff going on. And I still miss stuff. I mean, there's so much happening in our little town, and to kind of keep on that topic of traditions from last time, right? 4th of July is a massive American tradition. We have another massive American tradition coming up in just 2 weeks from today. 14 days from now, we kick off the Eddy County Fair. And I'm stoked. I got a lot of work to do between now and then to get ready. But man, I'm really excited for our fair coming up. So you're going to hear me talking about that a lot over the next 2 weeks. All of the concerts, the shows, the carnival's coming. Get ready and tell the kids, save up your pennies, because there's a lot to do out there. And I know all of you guys are looking forward to it, as I am. So, all right. Hey, we're going to go ahead and check in on our weather, hit our commercial break, and we'll be back right after that with the Chamber of Commerce.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the area for the next couple of days. Really hot temperatures, 100 today, and a little bit breezy, lots of sunshine. Overnight, some clouds, and we're down around 70. We're in the low 100s on our afternoon high on Wednesday, and we'll stay sunny. Very slim chance of shower on Wednesday night. We're right back to the hot weather on Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the low 100s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Don't miss the Eddy County Fair in Artesia, July 21st through 25th. Food, fun, and entertainment. Tuesday, July 21st, the Josh Abbott Band with special guest JD and the Badlands Band. Wednesday, July 22nd is Faith and Family Night with Shane and Shane and special guest Eli Gable. Thursday night is Hispanic Heritage Night with La Original Banda El Limón y Los Marineros del Norte. And Friday night, Smoking Hot Bull Riding at 7 and Walker Hayes at 9:30.
Hey, yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Tickets on sale now at eddycountyfair.com. Don't miss all the fun at the Eddy County Fair, July 21st through 25th at the Eddy County Fairgrounds in Artesia. Presenting sponsors, Devon Energy, ConocoPhillips, and 111 Beef Republic. Ad paid for by Artesia and Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925. We have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward & Son Insurance Agency. There is a difference.
We're involved in the community. We believe in this area, and we reinvest locally to help the local economy. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA. There is a difference.
Worried about your belongings? At Champion Storage, we take security seriously. With sturdy fencing, digital cameras, and individual gate codes for every customer. Getting started is easier than ever. Choose your unit, sign up online in minutes, and your gate code will be delivered instantly, so you can get access right away. It's secure, convenient storage made simple. Go to championstorage.com, reserve your space, and relax, knowing your stuff is safe.
Working from home? Power up your home office with PVT's ultimate Wi-Fi experience. Enjoy pro-level connectivity and productivity with PVT's fiber internet, bringing you reliable video conferences, high-capacity file sharing, and stable Wi-Fi throughout your home. Transform your workday and become a home office hero. Visit pvt.com or call us at 575-748-1241 to learn more and get connected.
You thought it was loving to do this.
Want to come back to my place?
Which resulted in this. What is loving is paying your child support. To support them. Do the loving thing and pay your child support today.
Payment processed. Payment received.
Contact the Child Support Services Division and meet your monthly obligation for your children. Visit yes.nm.gov or call 1-800-283-4465. Brought to you by the HCA, the NMBA, and this station.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. As promised, special guest Jessica from the Chamber of Commerce coming in to tell us about her awesome 4th of July weekend. How much fun did you have?
I had a lot of fun. It was a really, really good weekend.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was. It turned out just absolutely amazing.
Yes. How many times did you get to jump out of
I only
airplane?
got 2.
Only.
I only got 2 on Friday. Saturday, I was busy supporting you.
Oh, yeah, you were.
Swinging that golf club.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guarantee we were probably very near the bottom of scores, but we had fun.
Did you?
Yeah, we did. It was a great time.
That's so good.
It was a wonderful golf tournament.
It's a good day.
Decorated our cart up all pretty.
Did you?
Yeah,
all right. Great.
So we had a good time.
That's so fun. That was, the day was bright and early at Beige Park.
Yeah.
You were there too for that.
I was there. Thank you for
Almost
reminding me.
feels like a different day.
Yeah, I totally forgot that it happened.
Yes.
It's a long time ago.
It was so long ago. Yeah.
So much has happened since Saturday morning.
This is so true. Yeah, no, it was a great morning. The citywide salute was really, really special. I
thought
think
it was.
It was short and sweet and special and a great way to start the day. I hope it's something that can stick around for years to come because I think it was just really, really awesome.
Yeah, I think it might be something worth doing every year.
It was really nice.
Yeah, it was a cool place to start the run too.
It was really
kind of
cool,
like it's a little more, I don't know, other than just 4th Street or 3rd Street or whatever's on the side, there by Ocotillo. It's great, but over here was like it was patriotic and it was cool and I don't know.
Yeah, it was right there by City Hall. You have Beige Park. You've got the eagle. You've got the flags.
Yeah,
it was really neat.
It was a good time.
Yeah,
so.
It was great. And I mean, it's 7 a.m. So people could also just walk into Kitten Can and grab a coffee because they need it for their run. So there was that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was the 4th. They were probably closed.
They're off.
Never mind. Well.
Yeah. Maybe if we pay Rob some big money.
One day. Maybe next year. We could get that figured out. No,
it's hard. Because we had
a holiday.
It's a holiday, and you want everyone to be off, but at the same time, you kind of got to go. Okay, how do
Yeah.
If you're in the service world or in the the city workers, a lot of them are working on Saturday. It just kind of happens, and it's one of those sacrifices you make. But no, you guys did a phenomenal job.
Oh gosh,
you guys put together an amazing deal. I did get to watch a little bit of the fireworks.
Yeah.
While I was on the roof of my house trying to clear a clogged drain.
Oh, goodness.
That's what I was doing Saturday night. Like our sink backed up and we couldn't, our kitchen sink wouldn't drain. So I'm up on the roof, like running snakes down. And I'm watching the fireworks go off over. I was like,
oh, gosh.
That's a way to spin the 4th.
There they are. They look so beautiful. Ooh, No, it was a really nice show. I've only been able to be in the park to watch the show twice.
Really?
And now, yes.
Wow.
I did hear from others. They were like, this is my first time ever coming to JC Park, and I've lived in Artesia for years and years. We had so many compliments on the food trucks and the live music and little beer garden. There was probably 4 or 5 Fletsy buses that was just making a rotation through there, dropping them off, picking them up, taking them around. Cool. It was so nice to have that, to have something for them to come and do. Yeah. I heard a rumor, I don't know if that's true, but some of them had plans to go home and fly home on Thursday, and that kind of got derailed by something inside the facility that they ended up having to stay and stick around. So it was really great to be able to offer them to be able to do something. There's a lot of students right now over there for Border Patrol, and
a lot,
and so that was really special. I think the town came out. There was a ton of lawn chairs, people out there with their families, and it was really, when you just took a step back and watched and looked around, and it just kind of gives you the goosebumps and like, man,
I went out there because I didn't get to make it out that evening. We had some parachute packing stuff that I had to take care of, so I was packing parachutes, up till late in the evening, then fixing sinks but
adulting.
When I went up, adulting. It gets in the way.
Yeah.
But I went out there and like the setup before, because I brought the side by side out there, and I mean it was amazing. Food trucks. You guys had just a phenomenal setup out there. I'm sure the concerts were great too.
It was awesome. I loved kind of the setup of it because I mean, and this was planned on purpose, but one of the things was we didn't, the stage and the noise from the stage. I mean, it's just so loud, right? You can barely even talk to each other. And so you had some people that were sitting closer because they wanted to be up close to the stage. And then you had people that were sitting out back by the food trucks because they still could hear it and it was still loud enough, but they could still have conversations.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was really great.
Kind of
area where the beer garden was. The food trucks loved it because they're like, we can hear people when they're trying to order their food.
Yeah.
And we're like, yep, this is why we put you guys across the park. And, in between there, we had the trash barrels and we had free waters. And I mean, it was just, I think the flow of the whole thing was great. I think it was really, really, we're so thankful for everybody that, number one, that came out, that helped, that worked it, that prepared for it, all of our sponsors. I mean, we had Kamala and I were on the stage, like doing like a thank you speech, right? Mm-hmm. And just sitting there going down the list of all of the sponsors, which are still rolling in. Mm-hmm. Just, you could almost get bored because the list was so long. It was so awesome, though. It was just, trying to remember everybody to thank. And, I'm sure, especially down to just someone who, like Lucretia Lyles, she had one job of helping with the bands. Mm-hmm. And helping make sure that they had food, they had their water, their riders were, all the things in the rider was taking care for them. We had another group of girls that just came out and set up table covers and coloring kits on all the beer garden tables. Oh, cool. And it was just so neat to see, like, it might have been a small piece, but that piece really lifted other things off of, especially Camille and Hannah. Man, those girls were at that park all day, both days, Friday and Saturday. And while it was really fun, I know that's very tiring. Mm-hmm. And, they killed it, man. They killed it. And I just kept saying, like, what can I help with? What can I help with? Like, I'll run and do this. I'll make sandwiches for everyone. Like, what do you need? Yeah,
those girls were hustling.
Yes.
A couple young ladies really, really dedicated to the work there.
Absolutely.
And big kudos to them. So.
Yeah. It was really a great day. It was so hot, but man, the cloud coverage came over for a little bit and that really helped out. And then you just keep getting like family after family after family and their launchers and the kids running around and you've got footballs flying in the air, people playing catch, and we're like, God, this is just
America right there.
So great.
Special thanks to it was Cutter, right?
Cutler.
Mm-hmm. I always get his name wrong. I feel bad.
For the flag.
For hanging the world's largest flag.
Holy, it seemed like the world's largest. So that
thing was amazing.
Oh, man.
The giant crane in the air.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty wild. So, yes, Fortified Structures donated that flag to us. Like, we basically borrowed it from them for the day. Well, 3 days.
Okay. I thought you bought that.
No. They were a little bit out of our price range.
Oh, yeah.
So, yes, that was a donation, which we were so thankful for because we needed to raise money for fireworks. Yeah. And so then Cutler, we were like, hey, we thought it was a Garrison flag. Garrison? Gunnison. Garrison. God, I get that mixed up every time. So we thought it was a Garrison flag, which is like...
it's 20 by 36.
Thank you.
Is a Garrison. Yeah.
So, yes. So we were like, hey, could we crane this? And and he's like, yeah, that's totally fine. So easy. Yeah. Whatever. He's like, but those are real expensive flags. And so then we were trying to find someone who could help out and we could like borrow one or whatever. We didn't want anyone to take theirs down, but if we could borrow one. So then we started calling around to our resources and Fortified said yes. And they're the ones that are on the way to Roswell, that big flag on the way to Roswell.
Yes.
And so we said, hey, how often do you replace that? Whatever. Anyways, long story short, this flag shows up at the chamber. Mm-hmm. We're like, what? It is not 36 by 20. Yeah. It is 30 by 60.
30 by 60.
We were like,
So I just looked it up. Hey, Artesia, if you guys want to donate a bunch of money to the city to the chamber to buy one, they're only $2,400.
Oh, okay. That was not what I was thinking they were. So that's a better price.
$2,400. Somebody can chip in on that one right there.
Yeah,
That was amazing, though.
Yes, it was so amazing. So then, and the other cool thing about it is behind the scenes, getting it all set up. It took them a couple hours on Friday. Got it all set up. We had Rural Services brought out a light tower so that we could keep it lit at night because we were like, what are we going to do overnight? How do we ensure that it doesn't? We can't take it down.
Yeah.
So that was lit up overnight. Went out there and just made sure, and that was one of my favorite moments of the entire weekend. Was like so the girls had been out there all day, and I said, I will do the lights. I'll take that on. You guys go get rest, whatever. So I get out there, and it's quiet. No one's really out there anymore. Like food trucks are all set up. Everything's on, but the people are just not there yet, right? And so you get this chance to see the sun setting behind the flag.
Yeah.
And the lights are on it. And it was my first time I was really trying so hard to be surprised by the music for the fireworks show.
Mm-hmm.
I knew the songs that were going to be in the playlist. I had not listened to it yet because I'm like, I want to be surprised. I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
And then I just got the itch. I'm like, I'm sitting here looking at this majestic flag and the sun is setting behind it. I have to listen to the fireworks show.
I gotta have some music.
So I spoiled the beans for myself and I listened to the music, to the playlist, and I was like, just bawling in my car. I'm just crying. This is just so beautiful. America 250. Like, I'm going to tear up right now. And so that was one of my favorite moments.
Yeah.
And then here comes Cutler and Laurie pulling up next to me. And I'm like, wiping my eyes.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just came to turn lights on, but it's just so beautiful. They were like, okay. So,
that's awesome.
Yes, it was fun. And they had come out to just make sure everything was good and it was still up and it was flying and it was like the perfect amount of breeze. So it was just flapping all beautiful in the, I don't know. Cool. Anyway, it was great. It was a really cool touch. We had a lot of compliments on people. Like you kind of, as soon as you're coming down 26th and you kind of go up over the bridge right there at the draw, you can see the flag and then you turn into the park and you're like, whoa.
It was phenomenal job.
It was a really good spot.
Fireworks, I've heard nothing but compliments. The funny part is, the one person I saw online who was like, well, I don't know if it wasn't as good as it should have been. The fireworks guy.
Oh gosh,
he was like, well, I don't know. I thought they were going off. They weren't in tune with the music. I'm like, dude,
it was great.
It's like an artist. They're always going to be the worst
critiquing their own work.
Yeah.
No, Brad and their whole crew, man. I just, my hats are off to them. This was their not first show because obviously he's had a lot of shows under his belt in order to. Number one, after his certification, he had to have a certain amount to, to do a show on his own. And he did. And it went, oh man, it was amazing. And, the girls kept checking on him and we kept texting him. What can we help you with? What do you need? No, nothing. Yeah. We're just working. We're just moving along. Yeah. And it was absolutely incredible show. I thought otherwise. I kept seeing like certain ones that would go off like right to like a certain word or a certain beat to one of the songs. And I'm like, that was perfect. And it just would give you the chills, and oh man, it was cool. And just having we were right there by the stage. And so it was like so loud and you could hear the music over the popping and the booms and the, oh man. I think it was a great way to celebrate America 250. And the storm held out long enough for the fireworks to be done. And then it just hit. And then we got to watch nature's fireworks show and all the beautiful lightning that was going on. That was really cool.
Oh, I wasn't outside I didn't even realize that was happening.
Yes.
I was inside and I'd given up on the sink and went to bed.
Like, I'm done. Done adulting for the day.
I lost. I'm going to bed.
Let's try again tomorrow. So there was a crazy storm. In fact, one of the Roswell fireworks shows was canceled, but the storm came through Dexter, so it kind of went in between us. And but the lightning show was phenomenal. It was so cool. It was like America's fireworks, or I guess nature's fireworks. But so that was cool. And then cleaning up the park and getting everything torn down. We had so many people stick around to help us out with that. That was great. So it didn't take us a million hours. And man, it was just it was a great day. It really was. And yes, we will.
Hats off.
Yeah.
But now the bar is set.
Yeah, but that was America 250.
She's like,
251. I don't know.
Come see me on 275.
Yeah. Find us in 25 years.
Yeah. So, really great job. So, hey, let's go ahead and hit our mid-hour news break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about what's next.
Always.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. President Trump arrived in Turkey a few hours ago, joining other NATO leaders at their annual summit in Ankara and getting the allies to increase their defense spending, one of Mr. Trump's top priorities. He says he'll also be talking about Russia's war in Ukraine and hopes of ending it soon. If it's not the Iranians, it's their proxies causing trouble in the Strait of Hormuz. A tanker traveling off the coast of Oman caught on fire after being struck by some sort of missile. Iranian state TV says the liquefied natural gas tanker was attacked after ignoring warnings. A preliminary hearing for accused Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson is to continue today, and calls are growing within his own party for Democrat Graham Plattner to drop out of the U.S. Senate race in Maine. The opening bell sounding on Wall Street, stocks opening mixed. To more details, srnnews.com.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. Monday was the first full trading day in the month of July and the beginning of the third quarter of 2026, and the markets were in rallying mode. IBM, Boeing led the Dow up, Technology 2 over at the NASDAQ, the chips were soaring, the SOX index up 3%, AI risk was on. But the day got off to an unusual start too, with the opening bells of the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ rung remotely by President Trump in the Oval Office. He was promoting his new savings account for children that comes with a $1,000 balance. Also, a brand new stock exchange was launched in Texas Monday. The Dallas-based index is seen as a serious challenger to the NYSE and the NASDAQ. Defense company Lockheed Martin's buying the naval defense group Ultra Maritime for over $3 billion. Ultra specializes in submarines and underwater warfare equipment. Lockheed Martin stock was lower on news. Dell Technologies soared after President Trump praised the company, up 5%. Microsoft's axing 5,000 jobs, including 20% of its gaming unit, and revamping the Xbox division. Microsoft down about 1%. And a huge story in Britain. The owners of NBC Television, Comcast, are buying ITV for $2.1 billion in a deal that is likely to transform the UK TV landscape. Comcast was lower. On Tuesday, earnings from Samsung, the South Korean chaebol. With business, I'm John Terrick.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Now, time for another Otis Advisory. If you've been living on Wonder Bread and olive loaf for the last few years, we've got good news. You're about to get an upgrade. There's a big orange sunrise over the White House that will put new wheels on that grocery cart and save your butt from going boneless and skinless. I know my friend Shortbread will be happy when crawfish is back down to $3.99 a pound. So where has all the Bidenomics money been going? Well, here's one. Team Kamala went through $1 billion in donkey money in just 3 months trying to get elected. And they overshot that by $20 million. Oops. Hell, we spill that much, said one operative just back from getting her roots done. Yeah, it was a 3-month happy dance for the queen of woke. But unless you're one of the faithful doing the slow yo-yo and vaping in a sock hat, you may have missed the whole point. And throw in 100 different genders on your Kamala-inspired college admission form, and you wind up even more confused than Hunter at a laptop store. They forgot the cowboy code. If it's not yours, don't take it. If it's not true, don't say it. And if it's not right, don't do it. The cowboy code. Look, you just got free activation, so go out and boogie and make something happen. You've been out on Lake Flaccid long enough, so stand up straight and leave the apologizing to the numb and dumb. That's the way we Otis. I'll see you at the Peace March.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the area for the next couple of days. Really hot temperatures, 100 today, and a little bit breezy, lots of sunshine. Overnight, some clouds, and we're down around 70. We're in the low 100s on our afternoon high on Wednesday, and we'll stay sunny. Very slim chance of a shower on Wednesday night. We're right back to the hot weather on Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the low 100s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
My baby on a Saturday thing. Boys, that girl with you
All right, welcome back, Artesia.
Hi.
You gotta love a little Michael Jackson, you know.
It's one of my favorites.
Always get you moving, you know.
That one and Man in the Mirror, man. Those are my two. They do. They just get you going.
And then it always makes me think, I need to go listen to some Weird Al.
Weird Al?
Yeah, because Weird Al Yankovic would always make the parodies of Michael Jackson videos. Loved it.
Yes, Gene's song, Gene's walk-up music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
they see me mowing my front lawn. Isn't that Weird Al? Yeah, that's his song.
White and Nerdy. Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes. It's like, wait a minute. What's his song?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well,
4th of July is over. Good job. Congratulations. Now get to work on the next thing.
Still catching up on sleep. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's okay. No, it was good. We actually closed the chamber yesterday because a lot of people, or I think even on the national calendar was like the observance day was Friday, but we obviously could not observe on Friday.
Yeah.
So we observed yesterday.
There you go.
And it was very, very relaxing day. Hopefully the girls relaxed as well. And yeah, now we just have to get moving on the next one. We've got a little bit of cleanup to finalize, whatever, and put away. But Clay's Crusher is right around the corner.
Yeah.
And August 15th is our next big.
So we're only
big event.
A month and 6 days.
Thank you for that reminder. No, it's actually kind of cool. We're tying it in a tiny bit this year. So Clay's Crusher is turning 18.
Yeah.
It's our 18th year to do it. And
you can officially vote.
We can vote.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really neat. So one of the taglines that we found that was kind of fun and we hooked onto, it was really cute. It says, vote red, vote blue, shoot both.
Yeah.
So we're going to tie in some blue and red targets with the orange targets out there. We're going to do some fun games with that. Talk a little bit. I mean, it's America 250 still. And so talk about that. Talk about the importance since it is an election year. We've got elections coming up in November. So we'll probably, it's not going to be like a whole political clay shoot, but we're just kind of making it to be kind of cool because it is 18 years. That's kind of fun. We try to do something fun different like that every year. Like we did Sweet 16 and for 13 we had like a 13th station because there's 12 stations out there.
Oh yeah.
At each of the courses, and so it'll be good. But yeah, even Jerry out there, he's got a red, white, and blue courses. So that kind of ties in already.
He does. Yeah, I forgot about that. He does.
Yeah.
White and blue courses.
Yeah. So it'll be a really fun day out at the Eddy County Shooting Range. We're working we've got a little committee together of people who have shot in our shoot pretty much the entire time and or have ties to the shooting range. They know what they're doing. They know new fun things that are happening at other clay shoots. And so, we've been working with a little committee, and you'll start seeing some advertising and information come out about that pretty soon.
Great.
So,
registration opens soon?
Registration will open soon. Yes, sir. Yep. The girls actually are probably going to build that out this week. It doesn't take a ton of time. So, it's going to be good. August 15th, Eddy County Shooting Range. It'll be shotgun start 9 a.m. Or 8 a.m. actually. I take it back. We're doing it a little bit earlier because it's so hot.
Gotcha.
So 8 a.m. Registration will start around
August,
7.
Yeah.
Yep. But the thing that's going to actually happen right before that we'll be pushing information on is it's already time for the Bulldog Breakfast.
Oh,
for the new staff. I know.
Isn't that crazy? We talked about. We had this whole conversation last year.
Yes. Summer
school in August.
I know. We turn around. We've got Eddy County Fair. You talked about that. It's like a couple weeks out is all, and then we have our Bulldog Breakfast, and that's basically the very first day that new staff goes back to school.
Yeah,
I believe it's Friday the 7th.
Something like that.
Friday the 6th.
It's the week right after the fair. Yeah.
And then they will have their.
That's 2 weeks.
It's in 1 week. It's Friday the 7th is Bulldog Breakfast, Bulldog Beginning Breakfast.
And then they go
and so essentially what we do there is the chamber helps organize businesses across the community to come and welcome all the new staff for Artesia Public Schools.
Yeah.
And whether they're a teacher or whether they are some sort of an admin position, We really want people there to welcome them, to make a friend, to network with your business, whatever that case may be. Like say you're a realtor or an insurance provider or some sort of investment person, it would behoove you to go. These people some of them are brand new to the area. Some of them are returning students that are then teaching or whatever the case may be. And so it's a really good opportunity to come and have breakfast with them. It's only about an hour. It's at 7 a.m. before the workday starts. And you get a chance to, like I said, spoil them a little bit, have breakfast with them. Your ticket is $40. That pays for you and a staff member.
Gotcha.
So they don't have to pay anything to go. And then we also gather up from across town, little goodie bags, little, again, things that might make their life easier when relocating to town, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it's pens and pencils and things that they might need for their classroom if they are a teacher. Other times it's things that just might be, a stress ball or a calendar or, things like that. And so we get little things like that. Each one of them will get a goodie bag full of all things for a new teacher for the new Bulldog Beginnings Breakfast. And then the other thing that we try to do as well is provide or gather up a larger item, one like nicer door prize. And so sometimes that's Bulldog gear, sometimes that's a plant for their classroom, sometimes it's like a first aid kit for their classroom or whatever the case may be, something that's a little bit larger, a little bit nicer. Sometimes it's books. And it's neat to be able to give them all like a nicer gift, but then they also get a bag full of all goodies that they can go through. Sometimes those goodies are even like passes to go to the pool or, sometimes they're informational. I mean, we put in like a community guide. We put in, how to go register to get a library card, things like that, like I said, just makes their life easier when relocating to a new town.
Right.
So it's neat. And then Darian, Mrs. Hadamio will go through each one of them and they fill out a little form, where they're from, what school they attended, what they're going to be doing, what position they took in Artesia Public Schools. She introduces them all. And we just have a nice, yummy breakfast. And the breakfast is through Artesia Public Schools. And so they get a chance to see kind of what the cafeteria can offer. And
there you go.
It's good. It's so good too. He does like biscuits and gravy and the whole nine, and you got your eggs. And anyway, that is coming up August 7th. It's a Friday. So if you want to start dropping things off at the chamber, if you've got things, or call us, we are still double checking and making sure how many new staff they're going to have. So information on that will also go out soon.
Away,
So that's a really fun one that we have coming up around the corner. It'll be good.
So if businesses want to be part of that, they just need to contact you.
Holler at us at the chamber, 575-746-2744. And we'll get some of these questions answered for you. And again, we'll get the mail out pretty soon here as well.
Okay.
That way people can start getting tickets and making reservations to be there. It's really nice because we try to incorporate, there's usually a table of 6 or 8. And so it's a couple of new staff, and then a couple of people that are wanting to eat breakfast with them.
That's perfect.
So, like I said, if you have some sort of way that your organization or business would be able to welcome these folks. I mean, even from churches, like invite them to church. Come on out. It's
a great idea.
It's a really good opportunity to make them feel welcome.
It's on a Friday morning?
It's on a Friday morning, 7 a.m. On August 7th.
7 at 7.
7 at 7.
There you go.
That's a good day.
There it is.
Just like today is 7/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm making him yawn over here. I know it's my voice. I know. You've told me this.
It's the weirdest thing.
It's so funny.
The Jessicas. You need to go to sleep. Just Jessica reading a book to you in the evening.
Yes. Hey, wouldn't that be a really cool moonlight job?
Yeah.
Audible. I would do that.
I've actually thought about it. I've got a lot of the recording equipment that I could do. And I'm like, if I need to make some extra money, I wonder if I could get a job just recording books.
Yeah.
Just sit there and read a book.
Yes.
Wouldn't that
but
there's a lot of editing in that.
Is there?
Yeah. So like, unless you can nail it perfect,
Yeah.
every chapter, every page, then you got to go back and chop and edit. And,
Yeah. And you can't do the.
Yeah. If you make little noises or like you got to
Yeah.
you got to go through and edit all that out. Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's where you hire Jeff.
So when you get like a 14-hour book on Audible, oh man, can you imagine the editing that goes into that?
Oh, that's a lot. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. And it's funny because when you know that and you start listening to books, you can start hearing where they've edited.
Yeah. It like cuts.
Someone's pitch will change or something in the middle of a sentence. You're like, oh yeah, they chopped that.
They stopped. They took a drink of water.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, I do. I really enjoy Audible. But if I put people to sleep, maybe I shouldn't be an Audible reader.
You make one of those little apps.
Yeah.
Fall asleep with Jessica.
Yes. Hey, that actually might not.
I don't know.
I could do the Zen.
Yeah, Zen. So, awesome. So you guys, we're getting rolling. Man, it's just, you're getting old when you start talking about an annual event. Mm-hmm. And it seems like you just talked about it yesterday.
Yes.
Because it feels like we just had this conversation.
Yes.
But it was a whole year ago, like, the summer's too short. And
oh my gosh.
like, why is the summer longer? And school, all that stuff,
Yeah.
And I don't even have kids in school, public schools. So,
not anymore. Yeah. I think the same thing. It's crazy. Like especially when you are looking forward to an event so far out, the time towards that just like makes every day. It's like, you really have to be purposeful about being present now, even though you've got something that you've got to look forward to in a month or two or whatever the case may be. So it's kind of hard. It can be hard.
I was thinking about it leaving the house this morning. I was like, okay, 4th of July is over. Fair time. It's like you just live from event to event,
Yes.
Like, and getting involved in the community. As I never lived in a place or a space where I was involved in community things. I might go enjoy them.
Sure.
Like being part of putting them on and, coordinating and all of that. And you don't realize how much goes in the back end. And, and like, so if you want to be, if you're bored and you want to get involved, you want to meet people and everything else, go volunteer with all these organizations. And because none of us are going to turn down any volunteer offers.
This is so true. This is so true.
You cannot have too many volunteers. Like, it's
for real.
Serious. Like, there's so much that has to happen. And a lot of stuff you end up like doing the day of or the couple days before. You're like working 18-hour days to try to pull something off because, we didn't get anybody to help us with that or that. I'm like, we got to do that, So there's a lot of effort that goes into this community planning and events and putting it on. But we're all glad to do it, though, too. I think that's why I think it's cool. Like, there are people in this town that are willing to go and like, hey, we're going to hustle and we're going to put this on and we're going to raise the money. And we're going to make this happen because we want the people in Artesia to have a good time.
Yep.
Simply that. That's like
Quality
the only driving force.
It really is. Yeah.
Like we're not getting anything off the back end of it.
No.
We're just going, we want you to have a good time and enjoy your life here and be a fun town, a community.
Yes.
That actually gets together. And I think it's actually, even in the couple years I've been on the radio here now, not twice, year and a half. Like, I'm seeing an amping up, like more and more stuff is happening and more events are coming around and people are getting more involved. And I think it's really good. I think it's important. So
absolutely. It really is. It does take a village to do all this. And, we had a couple of volunteers over the weekend that were just around, and it was so nice to be able to be like, okay, all of three of us are busy doing this, that, or the other. And so what, but something pops up that needs to get done. Oh, hey, can you go do that? Or can you go do this? Or, hey, I'm getting pulled away. Cause that's the other thing is sometimes we get pulled away to like visit with folks.
Yeah.
And we're still, we have a job to do. We're still taking money for the beer garden or whatever, like we can't just like walk away. And so it's neat. It was really nice to have some key people. And then, we've got kiddos that needed hours for community service, for volunteering, for certain scholarships or whatever the case may be. Chase Foundation kiddos that really helped out. They were clutch. I mean, we told them once an hour, we need you to check all the trash cans. We need you to restock water bottles and ice. And here's where you get the water. Here's where you get the ice. And here's where all the trash bags are if you need a refill. go take it to the farthest dumpsters you can so that folks could use the closer ones. And, you know, and that's what they did. And they did it for 5 hours straight. And it was wonderful to not have to worry about that, you know?
Yeah.
You know, they just would go do the job and go, you know, and granted, it might only take them 20 minutes, 30 minutes max, but it was something that was needed for us.
I think it's good because we're teaching them volunteerism early on.
Yeah.
You know, and that's something I didn't really do as a kid. My wife grew up in a family where that was central to what they did. You know, and I think it's important to teach your kids volunteerism. Be part of this. You know, go and give your time for free because it helps people. So you just do it strictly because it benefits someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say that it really does help, especially with nonprofits, because we were putting together, for instance, like our year-end booklet for my board, and that just happened on the 30th of June. And one of the things we looked at was we went through each of our events and how many volunteers we had and how many hours those people volunteered. And, you know, a price on that, it's like, I don't even remember. It's like $30-something an hour. Yeah. Is what a volunteer hour is worth. And so when we added it all up, it was almost $18,000 that we were able to not have to pay someone for. You know, in these nonprofits, $18,000 is could be a big deal.
It's a huge amount of money.
You know, and so it was really nice. I mean, of course, we volunteer as well, but it was really nice to have the people to volunteer for us too.
Yeah.
So it was a great weekend. 4th of July was awesome. It went off without a hitch. Without too many hitches, I should say. Yeah. And hopefully people enjoyed it. We had a good time. Of course, there's always room for, you know, we do our best to have like a sit down after the event while everything is fresh in our brains, talk about it. One good thing about us at the chamber that we have had this culture of we can come in and we're not like pointing fingers at each other and you did this and you did this and you did this wrong. It's more of just like, hey, what do you guys think worked? What do you guys think didn't work? And it's nobody's fault if something didn't work. It's nobody points fingers. It just didn't work out. It was just and you know what? If we wouldn't have tried it, we wouldn't have known. So I like it a lot because we are able to constructively look at things and criticize them so that in the future that event gets better. Yeah. And it doesn't just kind of stay stagnant or whatever. And I love that about our team and the culture that we have started at the chamber. I mean, Haley, till she's blue in the face, will say that to us like, hey, this is not anybody's fault. This is not anybody's problem. It's just something that maybe didn't work out. Or, hey, that idea was so great. Everybody loved it. Like, let's do it again, you know?
Yeah, we used to, so in the military, we called it an after action report.
After action report, AAR.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we every mission, everything we would do, we'd make everybody come back in, write down 3 things that went well that we should continue doing, and 3 things that went poorly, and how we can correct them.
Oh, how to correct? That's a good idea.
Yeah, and
that's
so
cool.
we would do that, and it would always you're always seeking constant improvement in the situation, and that's how things get better.
Yeah. You know? Did you dress like pirates? Did you dress like pirates for this meeting?
Arr. Yeah, I missed it. Yeah. I'm supposed to be the one throwing out dad jokes. But I never have good dad jokes. Like, unless I just steal them from somebody else, you know?
I just saw AAR and was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, man. I was a pirate, though.
You were a pirate.
I was actually trained to be a pirate.
What?
Yeah, I was trained to take down...
I want to be a pirate.
I was trained to take down ships. That was pretty cool.
That is fun.
It's scary, but it's...
Well, yeah.
It's pretty cool to go, yeah, I'm a trained pirate.
That's cool. Dang.
But...
So, dude, you should just dress as a pirate every year for Halloween.
No.
Every year. It'd be great. Wooden leg and all.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, I derailed this whole thing.
It's fine. That's what we do. Like towards the end, we start running out of events and things. Just random thing, pirates. You know.
No, it's fun. I do want to say 2 things that is kind of importance. So, City Council is only going to 1 meeting this month.
That's right, correct.
Because they have their staff stuff. And then the other thing is, I'm sure you guys, I saw it on your little screen, which reminded me, that the oil patch market has moved.
Locations.
Yes. So because they outgrew the derrick floor, so they're going to go over to the plaza.
Yeah.
Heritage Plaza, right behind the Ocotillo.
Yes.
That'd be so cool
Big
because
parking
there's
lot area, yeah.
trees and shade and just trying to help get the word out so people don't go to the derrick floor and be like, where is everybody? What do I do?
Is this coming Saturday,
It's
right?
not.
No, they moved
It's one more week later.
They pushed it back a week, right? Or
Yes,
yeah.
it is going to be the 18th of July. Oil Patch Market, Heritage Plaza.
18th July. All right.
5:30
So if you want to
p.m.
get signed up, just reach out to Artesia Main Street.
Yep. Or Arts Council.
Or Arts Council. They'll get you all
We'll get you
signed
taken
up.
care of. Even the chamber. Call us. We'll get you. We'll get it figured out
If
for
you
you.
don't know, call the chamber.
Yes. We are Artesia's Google.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. The
Were you?
Artesia's Google.
We should
on
say
the
it at
phone.
the same time. 1, 2, 3, go.
All right.
Awesome.
Well, that's great. You guys keep up all the good work. We'll look forward to hearing when registration's open for the big shotgun shoot and businesses get signed up for
Bulldog Breakfast.
Bulldog Breakfast.
Yes,
Thanks so
sir.
much.
Thanks.
God bless.
See you next week.
Hey Roswell, celebrate America's 250th birthday with massive savings and more for your trade during the Red, White, and Blue Book sales event at Roswell Ford. Actually, we really don't need a Blue Book. We need your trade, and we need it right now. We'll do whatever it takes to terminate your current loan or lease, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. Plus, this is the final week to get employee pricing for all. You heard right. This is your last chance to pay what we pay on our entire lineup of new Fords. So there's never been a better time to trade and upgrade to a new Ford and get massive savings. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders that will push to approve your credit, even if it's less than perfect. Hurry in for massive savings, more for your trade, and employee pricing for all. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. Employee pricing excludes Raptor Series 2026 Super Duties Lariat Package and up, 2025 and 2026 Transit Wagon, standard exclusions, and final pay units.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, Trans-Aero answers the call. Trans-Aero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. Trans-Aero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
With a deep heritage in oil and gas, Abo Empire is focused on safe and effective energy development in New Mexico. We will continue to make strategic investments in this industry to promote the economic and environmental well-being of our company, our partners, and our communities. We are continuing the Yates tradition. From John Yates Jr., Cynthia Yates Price, and their families, we are your partners in the community and proud supporters of Artesia Bulldog and Lady Bulldog Sports.
When you're ready to file your taxes, your neighborhood H&R Block is here to provide the expertise and care you deserve. Just walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. So file with confidence, knowing your local tax experts are here when and where you need them at H&R Block, 502 West Texas Avenue, Suite A, Artesia. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
All right, one more for the road.
Is that next shot worth a cut? Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
All right, Artesia, I hope you're having a great time with us this morning. I hope that you'll stick around. Here in the next hour, we've got a number of guests, and we want to let you hear them all.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. The number of ships attacked in the Strait of Hormuz continues to grow. The British military reports a third tanker has been targeted in that narrow waterway. Hit with a drone, no damage or injuries. Structural damage to the second vessel that was hit, but no one hurt there. Hours before that, an LNG tanker off Oman caught fire after being struck by a projectile of some sort. Iranian state TV says that ship was targeted after ignoring warnings. With the NATO summit now underway in Turkey, it appears that President Trump's demand that the allies step up defense spending may soon bear fruit.
At a news conference, NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte says allies need to present credible plans to reach higher defense spending targets.
Here in Ankara, I expect nations to present clear, concrete and credible plans to reach that 5% goal. And the evidence we see so far is impressive.
Rutte adds nations which may be falling behind in defence spending commitments will be encouraged to stick to the plan. This week, several NATO leaders are announcing new deals with defence companies, plenty of them in the US. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
It is a long road to recovery for earthquake-shattered Venezuela, where some 17,000 people have been left homeless. SRN News and our parent company Salem Media, partnering with Christian nonprofit Food for the Poor to rush emergency aid to victims of the tragedy. Listeners who'd like to help can find an online banner top of our website, srnnews.com. The American dream of a World Cup title has evaporated with a 4-1 loss to Belgium. The loss came on the heels of President Trump's successful intervention on behalf of a suspended member of Team USA. The suspension was lifted. Watching Wall Street, the Dow down 188 points, NASDAQ off 389. More on these stories at townhall.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
They say necessity is the mother of invention. That's proven true in Ukraine, where Russia's war has made the Ukrainians experts in the deployment of military drone technology.
From a command post in Kharkiv, they target roads and logistics deep behind enemy lines. This strategy aims to cut off supplies like food and ammunition to Russian troops. The drones equipped with Starlink satellite communications fill the gap between frontline and long-range strike capabilities. Ukraine's success increased after SpaceX blocked unauthorized Russian access to Starlink. Ukrainian commanders say the impact has been significant, slowing Russian advances. Russia is trying to counter with mobile fire groups and electronic warfare, but Ukraine's campaign has kept them on the back. Keith Peters, Washington.
A court has ruled that French far-right leader Marine Le Pen is eligible to run in the next presidential election. News and analysis, townhall.com. No presidential pardon for this guy, not involved in the 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol.
Brian Cole Jr. is charged with planting pipe bombs near the national headquarters of the Democratic and Republican parties on the eve of the January 6, 2021 riot. Federal Judge Amir Ali noted the president's blanket pardons for rioters explicitly applied only to people who were convicted of crimes related to the attack. Cole was arrested nearly a year after the mass pardons were issued, so the judge concluded they don't apply to him. Prosecutors have said Cole confessed after his arrest, telling FBI agents he felt bewildered by conspiracy theories related to the 2020 presidential election, and something just snapped. Ed Donahue, Washington.
A preliminary hearing for accused Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson continues today. Yesterday, former campus police officer testified. More on these stories, townhall.com.
As KSVP celebrates 80 years of broadcasting in 2026, one of our longest-running features is the KSVIP. We love recognizing our local residents and listeners for great accomplishments in their lives. If it's a birthday, anniversary, promotion, retirement, a new family member, you name it, they're worthy of being a KSVIP. To nominate a special person who will receive recognition on the radio and a flower from Nell's Floral, call 575-746-2751.
Welcome back, Artesia. It's Tuesday, July 7th, the 9 o'clock hour. I'm your host, Scott Pettis. And as promised, we've got a special guest on the phone, Miss Jessica Murray with Project Heartstart. Jessica, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Jessica. You're on the air now with us, and so glad to have you on here. Hey, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Project Heartstart is?
All right. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So Project Heartstart is part of New Mexico Heart Institute Foundation. It's basically a project to teach people how to handle cardiac arrests that occur outside of the hospital. Right now, it's a majority of people who experience cardiac arrests outside of the hospital do not survive. And that all depends on whether a bystander is nearby to help them with this.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So basically, this training will teach people how to be the good bystander that can jump in and help someone in this situation.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. So, so the New Mexico Heart Institute, was that what you said it was, the foundation?
Yes.
The New Mexico Heart, and so they're putting these on, I'm guessing, across the state or just kind of everywhere, or how's that working?
Yes, across the state.
Okay. So the one that you gave me, the one that got sent to me was the one for here in Artesia, and that's going to be happening, well, this Saturday, July 11th then, at the Jack Case Community Room. That's CVE. For those of you out there, it's the south entrance of CVE, and you guys are going to kick off at 10 a.m.
Yes, that's correct.
And it's completely free. You guys are putting this on for free.
Completely free.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about compression-only CPR, how to use an AED machine, which is also known as an automated external defibrillator, and also identifying the signs of a heart attack so that maybe you can get help before it turns into a cardiac arrest, which is very important.
Yeah.
And then also, unrelated, to help someone who is choking, which is very important too. So we'll be talking about all of those things on Saturday.
Yeah, I've always, throughout the years, you watched when I was younger, you learned the whole CPR. You went through CPR certifications and all that stuff. But, there weren't AEDs everywhere in those days. But now they seem to kind of be in a lot of businesses. But then you go, would I even know how to use one?
They're actually very easy to use, and many people don't know it because I myself thought they were very intimidating looking at first.
Yeah.
So in reality, they're very easy to use. Anyone can use them, and all you have to do is come to this training, and we'll talk about how to do it.
Yeah. So how long is the training going to take? So if people want to come up Saturday, how long can they expect to be there?
I believe it will take around an hour, maybe less.
Oh, wow. That's pretty quick. So that's fairly... now, I guess it's important because you did put that on the bottom of the flyers. This is not for CPR certification. So if you need CPR certification, this is just good knowledge to have. So if, especially if you've got someone, I guess, in your family who's, of that age, of an older age or something like that, and you want to be prepared if something happens, or, so what age range? How old do you have to be to get into the class?
It's for all ages. I would say school age and up, any age. We can teach you how to do this stuff.
Great. So, this could be a family event, folks. You could take the whole family with their kids, and so they've got an idea of how to do this and everything else. So tell us a little bit about yourself. How are you involved with the foundation, and what role do you play?
So actually, Project Heart Start has been recruiting medical students. I'm a medical student myself at UNM.
Okay.
So that's how I got started. That's how I first heard about Project Heart Start. They train us medical students, and then after our first year, we go into all different parts of New Mexico on like this rural health medicine rotation.
Okay.
So, and then we, as part of our community service, we can participate in Project Heart Start and take this training to other people in New Mexico.
Well, that's great. So then they provide you all the supplies and everything. I say there's a little picture of the little dummy and stuff and everything else. And so
we do have hands-on practice, so we'll have some of those dummies to work on.
That's great.
As well as a choking demonstration, how to handle a choking victim as well.
That's wonderful. I had a question in my mind, and then it just disappeared. So you guys on the flyer says 80% of all sudden cardiac arrests happen outside of the hospital. And you mentioned, there's not a high survival rate if you have a heart attack outside of the hospital.
Right.
Like, what does that number look like? I mean, is it kind of a rare thing, or?
I think the easier way to think about it is heart attacks. We all kind of know how common heart attacks are, especially a lot of people have like heart disease, which leads to a heart attack. And then the further step is a heart attack that goes untreated can lead to a cardiac arrest whenever the heart stops working.
Gotcha.
So they're fairly common. And most of the time, people are able to get into a hospital if they feel these heart attack symptoms, which is another thing we'll be talking about in the training, how to identify a heart attack and get help before it escalates to a cardiac arrest outside the hospital.
Yeah. Not only in yourself knowing it, but being able to see it in someone else type thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I know what my other question was. When I was young, and you learned CPR, it was both compressions and breaths. You mentioned it, a compression only. Is that kind of the new standard of teaching, is just focusing on the compressions, getting the heart started? Yes, this is the new recommendation. So breaths are useful. However, the compressions work the best. Yeah. So, and it's kind of hard to do the breaths yourself if you're trying to focus on compressions while also giving the breaths. It's just more important, people have realized now, to just continue those compressions and instead focus more on using the AED, because basically the purpose of the AED is if your heart is beating ineffectively and it can't pump oxygen through your body anymore, the AED will get your heart rhythm corrected. Yeah. Yeah. So that's more important, those two things, than giving breaths. Yeah, because the breathing isn't going to help anything unless that heart's pumping that oxygen through. So, yeah. Exactly. Absolutely. So, so people can come to this, and is there is there somewhere online or somewhere people can go? It's like, okay, I can't make it this Saturday. You know, when's the next available course? Where would people go to look to find that information?
You can go to the Project Heart Start website. Let me get that information for you.
And so, since you guys are putting these on around New Mexico, is this normally just a kind of a summer thing? I'm guessing if they're using students, maybe you guys do this during the summer type deal.
I know Project Heart Start does trainings all year, I believe.
Okay.
However, the medical students giving the trainings, that is only during the summer.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the website, if someone can't make the training and they just like to view the training video, is projectheartstartnm.org.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I guess I was looking more of like, you know, is there a class coming up in Carlsbad, maybe in Roswell, or is there more than one in Artesia this year or anything like that? Or is it just this kind of a one-shot deal for us this year?
As far as I know, this is the only one in Artesia. I don't believe there's any in Carlsbad.
Okay. Okay. And so, all right. Well, it's still good. But you said on the website there's a video. So we, you know, if absolutely can't make it, you know, at least, you know, maybe it's a good place to go sit down and watch the video and get a comprehension. You won't have the dummy to practice on, and we don't suggest practicing on your friends or family.
No.
You're going to cause more problems, you know. So
if your friends are okay, don't practice on them.
Yeah, don't practice on them. You just tell us a little bit from your perspective why you're involved in this and why you think this is just a really important thing for people to be aware of and understand.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, it's really hard to survive one of these things, yet it's so common to have a cardiac arrest outside the hospital or just to have a heart attack in general. I think it's very important for people to know.
Yeah.
And on a personal level, you know, as a child, I had a choking incident myself one Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
And if my family hadn't known how to help me in that situation, I probably wouldn't have been here today.
Well, look at
So
that.
it's very important.
That's awesome. So you're kind of going to repaying that back into the community, helping people to understand what to do in these emergencies. And emergencies are tough because if you don't know what to do in that emergency, it isn't like you got time to learn it. You've got to you need that knowledge in your head beforehand to help people when something like this happens. So. All right. Well, let's give them one more time. Let's go. It's going to be at CVE this Saturday, July 11th at 10 a.m. It only takes about an hour ish, and it's completely free. So people come on out and head on over there on Saturday and meet. You're going to be there teaching it, Jessica. Is that right?
Yes, I will.
Okay, and Jessica will be there. You get to meet a radio star. You know, if you just go, go meet Jessica and and learn all you can about helping someone out.
All right. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on the air, Jessica. We appreciate it. Wish you guys the best of luck in the course and of course in school. How much longer you got in school?
I have 3 more years and then some after that.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, best of luck in all of that. And thank you for coming to town and putting this on for us.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you and God bless. All right, Artesia, we will be back right after the weather and commercials. And we'll come back, talk to Aaron, and see what in the world is going on in the financial world.
Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the area for the next couple of days. Really hot temperatures, 100 today, and a little bit breezy, lots of sunshine. Overnight, some clouds, and we're down around 70. We're in the low 100s on our afternoon high on Wednesday, and we'll stay sunny. Very slim chance of shower on Wednesday night. We're right back to the hot weather on Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the low 100s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
At our credit union, we take a team approach to finances. You see, unlike other financial institutions, here you're a member owner, not a customer. And because we're not for profit, we usually have better rates and fewer service charges. Call or come by to check out the Credit Union Advantage. Artesia Credit Union, member NCUA. There is a difference.
There is a difference.
Summer vacation is here, but just because you're on vacation doesn't mean your teeth should be. Protect your teeth this summer with a few summer tooth tips. First, drink lots of water. Believe it or not, most of the problems start with a dry mouth. Keep yourself and your mouth hydrated and happy. Avoid sugary drinks and avoid chewing on ice. Sure, it cools you off, but it's not great for your teeth. Don't forget to brush and floss regularly and dry out your toothbrush. Save your teeth for summer's sake. These tooth tips brought to you by Dr. K. Youngren and Smile Expressions. 2520 Hermosa Drive, Artesia.
Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, home-owned and operated for over 50 years, and here for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the expertise to install residential, commercial, and industrial air conditioning units, including the conversion of evaporative coolers to refrigerated air systems. Cut cooling costs with high-efficiency Carrier units from Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Carrier dealer. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, a proud sponsor of the Artesia Bulldogs and our community for over 50 years.
Big win tonight. Everybody's celebrating and the drinks are flowing. And then somebody decides they're totally fine to drive. That's when every potential driver needs a timeout.
Think you can drink and drive? Terrible play.
Luckily, a sober friend steps in and offers a ride home instead. And just like that, crisis avoided. If someone's been drinking, get them a safe ride home.
Play on!
Make the right call. Help end DWI. Brought to you by NMDOT.
When your truck is your livelihood, there's no room for downtime. Early jobs, long hauls, and miles that don't quit. You need tires that work as hard as you do. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Before you head back to class, head for Roswell Honda for the Back to School Bash. Saturday, July 18th from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. With free hot dogs and Pepsi products, snow cones, face painting, and great local booths and sponsors, including Dunes Brews, Tacos Pita, Sweetly Loved, Letty's Creations, and more. And register now for your chance to win a back to school bundle. Either a laptop, desk, and chair, or a back to school basket loaded with supplies. And ask how to sign up for free school supplies. The Back to School Bash. Saturday, July 18th from 10 to 1 at Roswell Honda. 2177 West 2nd.
My dad loves his car. When we go out for a drive, I always have to be buckled in the back seat. My dad says I have to be safe, but then sometimes he won't wear his seatbelt. He thinks it's okay, but then we got hit by another car. And Dad, he got really hurt. No, we don't go out for a drive anymore.
Click it or ticket. Brought to you by NMDOT.
All right, welcome back, Artesia. We're now joined by world traveler, Mr. Aaron Irving. Can you hear me there, man?
I can hear you.
Oh, you kind of had a look on your face like, something's going wrong.
I was trying to figure out this is yesterday's background. I was trying to figure out how to change it and something changed in Zoom, so I couldn't figure it out. So.
Yeah, I saw you had the UFO Fest on there just a second ago.
That was when one of Robin's traditions is always having the kids take their picture at the Roswell airport before they land or before they leave.
Oh, yeah.
Trip,
Gotcha. That's what it was. Okay. I was like, did you go up and celebrate UFO Fest? Celebrate, I don't know how many years anniversary of UFOs we got going on up there, but.
Right.
Oh, man. So Did you have a good 4th?
Yeah, pretty good. It was quiet. I had to do a lot of yard work when I got back home, and so I was too worn out to leave the house. But I watched the America 250 on TV, and so that was really cool.
Oh, I did totally forgot about that. I could have turned that on the other evening after I got off the roof, but all right, man. Well, start us off with a joke. Let's hear a good joke.
Okay. You get to choose here.
Oh, sweet. I love choice days.
We've either got a priest, a minister, and a rabbi, or the cowboy.
No, we got to go with the priest, minister, and the rabbi. Walk into a bar.
A priest, a minister, and a rabbi wanted to see who was best at their job. So they each went into the woods. They find a bear and attempt to convert it. Later they get together, and the priest starts out. When I found the bear, I read to him from the catechism and sprinkled him with holy water. Next week is his first communion. I found a bear by the stream, said the minister, and preached God's holy word. The bear was so mesmerized that he let me baptize him. They both looked down at the rabbi, who was lying on a gurney in a body cast. Looking back, he said, maybe I shouldn't have started with the circumcision.
Oh, goodness. I did not see that coming, but that was good. So, all right, man. Well, hit us with that. Wait, how much poo is on the moon? That's what it popped up behind you. I was like, that's hilarious.
I was in the Science Museum in London, so there's a lot, like 96 bags or something like that, I think, that we left when we visited the moon.
We just leave crap everywhere we go, I tell you.
Yeah, the moon's like, hey, thanks, I appreciate it, guys. Couldn't leave me a pizza or something like that.
Something. All right, man, let's hear that financial report.
All right. This is Aaron Irving with LPL Financial, member of FINRA and the SIPC, bringing you your mid-morning stock market report for Tuesday, July the 7th. Stocks pulled back from earlier gains today as investors once again appear to rotate out of names tied to artificial intelligence. The 30-stock Dow traded down 0.4% after earlier hitting a new all-time intraday high. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ composites dropped 0.6% and 1.3% respectively. Shares of Micron were last down 7%, with KLA, Marvel Technology, Broadcom, and AMD also posting declines. The VanEck Semiconductor ETF SMH fell more than 5%. Oil prices rose after Iran attacked a Qatari liquefied natural gas tanker near the Strait of Hormuz. Investors moved into key names in other areas of the market, including healthcare, financials, and big tech. Shares of Eli Lilly gained more than 2%, while JP Morgan Chase and Microsoft also saw gains. Walmart shares rose about 2% on the heels of the company announcing price cuts on products including ground beef and Coca-Cola. The downward pressure in the AI trade began in Asia-Pacific markets after South Korea's Kospi dropped nearly 5%, following a nearly 7% drop in memory chip maker Samsung Electronics. That company reported a big jump in second quarter profit, though concerns about spending and demand overshadowed that increase. In Europe, the stock 600 index dropped 0.1%. Also weighing on sentiment, Reuters reported, citing sources, that DeepSeek was developing its own AI chip. The push could cut companies' dependency on semiconductors from companies including NVIDIA and Samsung. Shares of NVIDIA were more than 1% lower in today's trading. Meanwhile, SpaceX dropped 5% amid its Tuesday entrance into the NASDAQ 100. The declines also come despite a slew of bullish analyst calls from analysts. Many Wall Street shops initiated coverage of that stock with positive ratings and price targets.
Oh, well, I think he froze up.
Including Morgan Stanley and Raymond James. Currently 52,324. The S&P 500 is off 50 points at 7,487, and the NASDAQ composite is 361 points lower at 25,759. West Texas Intermediate crude is up $1.80 a barrel at $70.35. Stocks of local interest. HF Sinclair is down 56 cents a share at $73.90. Walmart is $1.09 higher at $111.74 a share. Duke Energy is up $3.29 a share at $129.29. And ConocoPhillips is $2.57 higher at $106.15 a share. This is Aaron Irving with Oakley and Irving Wealth Management, serving business owners and energy industry professionals in the Pecos Valley and beyond. You can find us at oiwealth.com or at our offices in Artesia and Carlsbad. You can call us at 575-887-7075. All indices are unmanaged and may not be invested into directly. Securities are offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA, and the SIPC.
All right. So what's going on in the AI? Like, why all of a sudden everybody backing out of it seemingly?
I think it's a back and forth that it's gained so much, and they're investing so much money into continuing to build out the infrastructure that people get nervous that it's not going to continue. They want to get out before the music stops, basically.
Avoid the bubble.
Stop, and so they get back in, and so it's up and down thing.
Such a fickle world you live in.
It is.
Oh, that sign popped up again. Dude, I cannot quit laughing because I finally read the whole thing. Some scientists want to study the poo to find out if there's still microbes in it. I was like, man, if that's your lifelong goal, I want to go study the poo on the moon.
It's been added to the Artemis mission.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious, man. So I saw the other day, and if you don't know, if you're not really familiar with what it is, so I guess Trump opened the market yesterday, rang the bell.
Yeah, he rang the bell yesterday.
And it was, I guess, based around the start of the Trump account stuff.
Yes.
And quite an interesting thing that they're trying to do here, at least for the next three. I guess it said that it was only through 2028 right now because it's, I guess, while he's in office.
Well, the $1,000 contribution is for children born between 25 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
And you can open a Trump account. You get $1,000 from the U.S. Treasury to fund that account.
Yeah.
If you're under 10 years old and you were born after 2020 or born before 2025, you can apply for a grant from Michael Dell Foundation for $250 to go toward your Trump account.
Okay.
And there's a lot more. It's looking like a lot more
rich people.
Yeah. The CEO of SpaceX is going to donate shares toward Trump accounts.
Oh wow.
And so it's not something that it's kind of the government monopoly right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to go with the government's company to open one through the Treasury. But it's a really interesting thing to kind of get kids started investing early. And
you can open one of those up if your kid's under 18. They can go open a Trump account right now. It doesn't have to be a newborn, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. If you're under 18, you can open a Trump account. You just don't get that contribution.
Yeah.
The kid was born between 25 and 28.
Gotcha.
But still, there's the Michael Dell contribution, and then there's probably going to be a lot more over the coming years.
Yeah.
For a lot of the ones so far, other than Michael Dell, have been state specific. Like I think Connecticut, there was a billionaire there that's contributing to accounts in Connecticut. So,
yeah. Where's our billionaire at?
Yeah, they're not funding Trump accounts yet.
They're funding Trump opposition in this state. Yeah. So is that something like you have to go online, or can you go to your investor? Like, can I come to you and open a Trump account, or how does that work?
You can't come to me. You got to go online.
Oh.
I think you can go on the IRS.gov website and find it.
Okay.
Fill out Form 4547. And,
of course, there's a form.
And then there's an online portal, I believe, that you can access through there to sign up for that as well. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a lot better forward thinking than Social Security is.
Yeah. I believe you can contribute. I think it's up to $5,000 a year to that. Toward the beneficiary of the account.
Yeah.
out of your own money. And so, yeah, and it goes into an index fund like the S&P 500 or something like that. So when you're, they've got a long time horizon, so that should be fine. And it kind of gives them an opportunity to.
And then when they turn 21, it's theirs type thing, or 18 or.
18, you get access. I believe there's some limitations on like starting a business or buying a house or something like that.
Gotcha.
But I don't know the specifics of what you can get it out for. But it's not just you have the money to go party with.
That's pretty cool. So everybody can get involved in the stock market early now, and it doesn't take a bunch of money up front to do it yourself, Right. Put in $50 a month for your kid.
Yeah.
So awesome, man. Well, all right. Well, thank you for the report, and we'll talk to you again on Thursday, man.
All right. Sounds good. Have a great one.
All right, brother. God bless.
You too.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. Iranian state television says a tanker hit by a projectile off Oman ignored warnings about the route it was taking through the Strait of Hormuz, the strike igniting a fire on board the natural gas tanker. And after that, a few hours later, a second vessel was hit in the strait. That, according to the British military, structural damage to that ship, but no reports of any injuries. President Trump is in Turkey now, attending the annual NATO summit in the Turkish capital. It is a long road to recovery for earthquake-shattered Venezuela, where some 17,000 people have been left homeless. The death toll, at least 3,500 from last month's twin earthquakes. Watching Wall Street this morning, all of the major averages now in the red. The Dow down 46 points. The Nasdaq is off 365 points. More details at srnnews.com.
The truth and nothing but. This is the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
Why are people moving to a country if their goal is to instill the values from the country they came from rather than assimilate into, I believe, Western culture, civilization that is far more in keeping with what I believe is God's intention, which is that we are meant to live in freedom, but you have to embrace freedom to live in it. 10% of Europe thinks that America has abandoned them. No, they've abandoned us. They wouldn't let us use their air bases, taking out nuclear weapons sites of the Iranian #1 state sponsor of terror. Where is their moral compass?
Keeping you on the straight path. Later today, it's the Sean Hannity Show.
All right, inflation fears are back as the Treasury yields now hit their highest levels in nearly 20 years. What does that mean for your money? What does that mean for your retirement savings? What does that mean for your quality of life in retirement? Reagan famously said, inflation is as violent as a mugger, as frightening as an armed robber, as deadly as a hitman. Now, I always listen to Ronald Reagan. You should too. Learn how you can help protect your savings and hedge your money against inflation. Reach out to my great partners, and I'm a customer, over at the top-rated gold and silver company, Goldco. They will rush you a free gold and silver guide. It's a great kit filled with critical information. And then you can also see if you qualify for an extra 10% in bonus gold or silver just for getting started. I'm a customer like you. Goldco, great partner also of the show. Call them now, 855-815-GOLD, 855-815-GOLD. One more time, 855-815-GOLD.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the area for the next couple of days. Really hot temperatures, 100 today, and a little bit breezy, lots of sunshine. Overnight, some clouds, and we're down around 70. We're in the low 100s on our afternoon high on Wednesday, and we'll stay sunny. Very slim chance of a shower on Wednesday night. We're right back to the hot weather on Thursday and Friday. Highs will be in the low 100s. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we're waiting to see if Fire Marshal's going to come in. He should be here in a few minutes, and we'll talk to him and see what in the world's going on. Hey, I was just sitting there looking. I saw a news release, and I wanted to, if you are type O blood, consider giving right now, because I guess type O has dipped to its lowest supply in 2 years. And so, get on there and look when on Vitalant, and they are always doing blood drives all the time, constantly. And so, if you're type O, please consider going and giving. Let's see what else is on my desk here. I guess, I want to talk a little bit about FAIR, give it a couple minutes, and then I'll go to a commercial break. But if you have not, if you're, got through 4th of July and everything, and now you're like, okay, what's the next big thing? Get on eddycountyfair.com and check out everything that's happening. This is going to be a great fair this year. It's the last year in the old show barn, so it's kind of momentous. Next year will be the first year in the new show barn. This is the last year in the old show barn. So if you want to kind of live that nostalgia, go do it, because once it's over, then they're taking it down. That show barn will be gone, and so I encourage you to get out there and check everything going on. We have got some great concerts this year, and I just saw a post, and let me see if it's on here. Yeah, so we're actually going to have concerts every night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night are concerts. Tuesday night, JD and the Badlands with the Josh Abbott Band. So go check that out, 7 p.m. And then Wednesday night is the concert I am involved in, and that's our Faith and Family Night. I really just, I want to encourage you, come out for a night of worship with the whole county. So talk to your pastor, talk to all your friends in church. And come out because Shane's going to be there, and these guys put on an amazing worship concert, and it's just absolutely wonderful. And the opener on that night be guest Eli Gable. One of the, he's like one of these young guys that came up on the internet, really, really good artist, and so come and check him out. And then let's see, Thursday. 6 p.m. I'll probably butcher the name and apologize if I do. La Original Banda El Limón and Los Marineros del Norte. So Tejano night is huge, man. I'll tell you, when they put on a concert, on the Thursday night. It's pretty awesome. So go check it out. And then Friday night is bull riding and Walker Hayes. Man, I'm excited to have Walker Hayes in town. He is an awesome artist, and so really, really looking forward to those concerts. So, hey, let's go ahead and go to a commercial break right now and see if the last time he was supposed to be on, he had to go respond to a fire. So let's hope that Fire Marshal Harvey can get in here in a little bit and tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Exciting news for Southeast New Mexico. The Advanced Heart and Vascular Center of New Mexico in Carlsbad, home to Dr. Amanda Ryan's trusted cardiology care for over 13 years, is now part of Current Clinic. That means world-class electrophysiology services right here in Southeast New Mexico. No more 3-hour drives to see a specialist. Current Clinic is bringing advanced, life-changing treatment for atrial fibrillation, AFib, and other heart rhythm disorders close to home. Early intervention for AFib can dramatically lower your risk of stroke, and our goal is to help our community understand just how important that is. You and your loved ones deserve comprehensive, cutting-edge heart care without leaving town. If you're experiencing an irregular heartbeat or AFib symptoms, expert care is now available locally. Visit currentclinic.com today to learn more and schedule your consultation. Current Clinic, easy access to comprehensive AFib care right here in Southeast New Mexico.
Pecos Valley. Rides Amusements Carnival is back at the Eddy County Fair. Over 30 rides like the Orbiter, the Himalaya, the Vertigo 90-foot tower, and Zero Gravity. For the kids, Jumbo, the Flying Elephants, the Carousel, the wet boats in real water, live pony rides, and more. Enjoy the cotton candy, funnel cakes, lemonade, and handmade pizza. Get a wristband and ride all you want all day for just $40. Ad paid for by Eddy County and Artesia Lodgers Tax.
It is much easier to prevent business fraud than to clean up the damage after fraudulent activities. First American Bank is committed to introducing the newest technology and treasury management solutions. With First American Bank as your business partner, we can help you with our recommended fraud prevention products and best practices to proactively keep your business finances more secure. Talk to a banker today to find out more. First American Bank, your local first community bank since 1903. Member FDIC.
At Artesia Ford Sales, we've been taking care of your family's automotive needs for 60 years. Now you can get Ford service just the way you want it, without leaving your home. With complimentary Ford pickup and delivery, or our Ford mobile service van, we'll come to you, handle your routine maintenance or light repairs right in your driveway, and get you back on the road fast. Artesia Ford Sales, family owned, family trusted for 60 years. ArtesiaFordSales.com. Schedule your mobile service today.
Wouldn't you love more quality family time? But everyone has their noses in their phones and tablets. With PVT Experience IQ, you can enjoy screen-free family time. Pause all internet-connected devices to enjoy a board game or talk around the dinner table. With Experience IQ in the PVT Connect IQ app from PVT in Southeast New Mexico, you can enjoy more family time. Visit the PVT website at pvt.com to find out if you can get PVT Internet.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-358-9218. 800-358-9218. 800-358-9218.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
New York is everything they say, and no place that I'd rather be. Where else can you do a $500,000 things, all at $250,000?
All right, welcome back, Artesia. Hey, we just got word that the fire marshal is not going to be able to make it. He's tied up again with work. You know, that whole work thing, it just kind of gets in the way of having fun sometimes. So,
yeah, thanks, Adam and Eve. They made the first four-letter word.
Yeah. Well, we were made for work. It's just that our work is not fruitful.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We have to toil.
Yeah, now we have to work hard to get the fruit out instead of just, it producing. Which you find out real quick in the garden industry. like I planted the plant. Why didn't it make what I wanted it to?
Why did my bonsai tree die? I had 45 minutes of sunlight in my apartment in Chicago.
Yeah. I don't get the whole bonsai tree. I don't know. I guess it would be kind of cathartic to sit there and trim up your bonsai tree and keep it looking all pretty.
I liked it.
They're fickle little plants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like if you're thinking about getting a bonsai tree, better be ready to have basically like an animal to take care of. Like it's got to be paid attention to. So.
I think an animal would have been easier to take care of in my last place in Chicago.
Oh, man. So what's happening? Let's talk a little bit about FAIR. what's our coverage going to look like for fair? For people who don't know, we cover almost everything out there. So
everything in the show ring.
Everything that's going on in the show barn.
Prospect yearling in the arena, the covered arena.
Okay. So if you can't make it out to the shows, we want you to come out.
Yeah.
But if you can't,
the only things
check out KSVP.
Don't broadcast are the a lot of like the arts and crafts type, like the pie or cakes and different blankets, and we don't really
don't cover a lot of that. But so you need to come out and see that because it's all put up in the barn. You can come take a look at all of it. It's pretty cool. Vendors galore. Oh man, it's gonna be packed this year. This Saturday I get to go clean the vendor barn. Oh, yay! It's full of dirt. So that's a lot of fun. I need to go out there and look at it today and see what's going on. But so fair's coming up. How excited are you for Walker Hayes, man? That's awesome.
Chain and Chain.
Shane and Shane's gonna be phenomenal, man.
That's who I'm most excited for.
I know it, dude. I please, ladies and gentlemen, come out to this thing because it's going to be awesome. It's a free concert. Yeah. It's only free concert all week long. So come out to the free concert and just watch some great guys lead worship. They are absolutely amazing. And, it doesn't cost you anything. And so you can come hang out. And we need numbers, ladies and gentlemen. It's here's one of the things. And this is me kind of going off a little bit of a rant. All right. I get a lot of, well, why can't we get this band? Or why can't we get that band? A lot of the bigger name bands. And ladies and gentlemen, that stuff costs some money.
Right.
I had no clue until I got into, concert promotion. I just decided, hey, I'll step into that realm as well. I don't have enough jobs going on. And started booking these bands and started looking, I'm like, I want this guy. And they're like, yeah, okay. That's $100K plus.
Oh yeah.
And when you're putting on a free concert, no ticket sales, but a lot of what a lot of people don't understand is when you do start talking to the larger name bands, they want to know, well, how many people historically show up to this thing?
Yeah.
And I think last year we hit just a little over 200 people showed up, and when you talk to these bigger bands, they're like, I don't know if we can make it for that, and so their time is valuable, and they want to go out and reach as many people as they can. And so now Shane and Shane's huge for me in my world, this is this is the kind of, group I want. And so, but come out, the more people come out, we can and start working on this. And hey, if you're in a church, if you're in church leadership somewhere, we could use some help on paying for this. The churches are footing the bill on this. And so if you guys want to be a part of it, reach out to me and we'll get you in the sponsorship. And so a lot going on there.
The fees, I think I was telling you a couple of weeks ago, Roswell 4th of July years ago, they hired Billy Ray Cyrus. And it was like $30,000 for him to come.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 weeks after the contract was signed, Old Town Road came out.
Yeah.
And his booking fee multiplied by 10.
Yeah.
So it went from, 30-day difference.
Yeah.
And you're talking 30,000 or 300,000.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy what it costs to put on a concert,
Well, even speaking fees, my neurologist in 2007, a few years later when I was in Roswell, my roommate was in med school. Some of her friends came that already become doctors. And as I was talking, or Emma said, tell her your story. So I started talking. She said, hold on. Called her friend and said, the patient that Dr. Levine was talking about in Manhattan? I'm talking to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, hold on, wait. He's making $500,000 for each speaking appearance, and he's talking about me?
Yeah. Where's my cut, man?
Yeah, I need some residuals from that, buddy.
Oh, but man, I'm excited about the fair this year.
Yeah.
So, You'll hear me talking a lot about it in the coming weeks. And so, one other event I gotta highlight, because this is one of ours, is the Wool Lead Show. You know, so I'll be going out and looking for sponsors for that today. So if you want to sponsor that, give me a call. It's always rough being the guy who has to go find sponsors for everything. Can you give me some money?
Well, you're on staff at church, obviously.
Yeah.
When I was on staff at First Baptist, it was like I realized that I needed to just take a pocket full of cash, because every kid was I knew something was coming up. So I'm like, okay, here's for all the kids that go to Yeso, because they're going to have the whatever.
Yeah.
And on staff, it is. It's like we're the marks. It's like, oh, okay, hey.
And it's tough. There's a lot of good things we want to do, and it's always time and money. Time and money is always the determining factor on whether you can pull off something, especially if it's going to be free. It's one thing to sell something. It's a whole other thing to give things away and to find support for, hey, we want to do this for this group of people over here so that they don't have to bear the financial burden, and so I think it's all worthwhile though, and so we're excited about what's coming up. Hey,
they'll be able to see the progress of the new building.
Yeah, you guys gotta go out there and see this thing.
It's gonna be so nice.
It is like national level quality. Like, this thing is huge.
Yeah,
and everybody's excited to get into it next year because it's got AC. Right now, like, you're out there taking care of your animals. Those kids are out there all day, like feeding and, trimming and then showing and then, and it's hot.
That's what,
we got fans going and stuff, but man, it's warm. And so
it's like every year I see when I'm talking to the sheriff, police, or fire department that's out there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, because they're burning up wearing a lot more than us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, if you need to chill go into the trailer where we're doing all the video. We've got computers. We got to keep it cold.
Yeah.
Go and hang out in there for a little while.
I forgot about that. I didn't do that this year. It feels good. I don't know, because that's always a problem. Like, when it's a hot day and you're working on a hot day and you go in and you hit AC, like I go into shutdown. Like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back outside.
Right.
That's why Jeff does all the producing from inside the trailer. Hey, you camera people, go camera things. I'll be in here. I'll talk to you on my headset.
Well, I did get in trouble a few years ago because I was up on the top of the trailer, mounting the camera, or fixing some stuff. And
like, that's the worst place in the world for Jeff is
well, and that's what someone's like, are you supposed to even climb a ladder?
Why are you standing on that chair right now, man?
Well, you're standing on a chair on top of a trailer, putting something on a roof of a barn.
Yeah, that's not a good idea for
Look the other direction.
Make Mick do that. So,
you did not see this.
Yeah. But it's a fun time, and it's kind of the close of the summer now. It's you come out, you go to the fair, and that kind of wraps up the summer, because a couple weeks later, right back into school and right back at it and plugging away. So
I imagine two-a-days start soon after that.
I'm guessing they may start the week after the fair.
Yeah,
straight into two-a-days, and the football team's getting ready, and we're gonna have a phenomenal.
Something about that, those kids in the FFA, hard workers.
Man, they're
talk
hustlers.
about the football.
Our FFA kids are, and 4-H kids too.
Yeah.
Don't forget 4-H in there.
When I was doing the
hustle.
Eastern New Mexico State Fair, the auction, it's Saturday morning at 6:00.
Yeah,
and we're setting up to do everything. And one of our boys on the football team here, they had just played on the other side of the state on Friday night.
Yeah.
Got home, got his dairy heifer out there, showing it perfectly. And I'm like, man, that kid
they
running on 3 or 4 hours of sleep after playing
a
big game last night. And here he is, crack of dawn, perfectly fine,
I'm
professional.
I'm on it, you know?
Yeah, I was really proud of those kids.
Yeah, so, and that's a big part of it, right? You know, we talked about tradition in the first hour, and this is a huge tradition in our town, and it really benefits these kids that put in work, you know, for most of the year. You know, some of them are raising these animals all year round, you know, and all we're seeing is the final product.
Yeah.
We don't see the hours spent, you know, training, you know, walking these animals and feeding them and grooming them and all of what goes into that final product of coming into that show ring and then coming to that, you know, making the auction, making the big show, you know, and you know, and we've got phenomenal people here that want to buy these animals and help these kids out, and it's going to be a huge thing. So come out, come be part of it. Come see everything that's going on. Eat all the fair food, you know. So
well, and it shows the work that the parents put through in helping their child.
Yeah,
you know, that's some good.
It is. All right, Artesia, thank you so much. God bless, and man, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Tune in for Gene tomorrow.
This is KSVP and K229AS Artesia.
News this hour at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew with Washington. President Trump is in Turkey for a NATO summit as the transatlantic military alliance announces billions of dollars in arms deals. President Trump today sat down with the Turkish leader Recep Erdogan, a close ally to the president, and they're also hosting this year's gathering in Turkey. Democrats across the country starting to pull their support.